There's always the awkward bit at the beginning where I don't know if it started or not, and it probably actually starts and makes me look even more awkward. But this is Refreshingly Non-Epstein. I believe it's episode 35. So we only missed about 17 during the year, so it's not too bad. I've done worse. Yeah, thanks for watching and tuning in, everyone. So hello. Jamie Dykes is or he's Jamie. Oh, he's Jamie X. Is that to hide from
Yeah. I traced back my lineage to Malcolm X, so I'm changing.
Is that what
name.
it is? I thought there was some resemblance. Yeah,
fact.
I thought there was a bit of. You seemed
exactly
a bit sort of politicized recently and a bit, annoying if anything as well, loud. So I thought, X is probably a good. Also, it's like Mr. X from the X-Files.
Charles Xavier. Dirty Charlie.
Well, that's the X-Men. Mr. X from the X-Files was the guy who Mulder had to tape the tape on the window and flash the lamp, and he'd turn up and give him secret information.
That's right, yeah. And it was one episode where Mulder, he disappeared. I think it was like the Tunguska shit when you had to go to like Russia, and I think Scully ended up being Mulder.
I just started rewatching it in the last year. I haven't watched it for a while, but I got to around about the Tunguska skit where it's all the black goo.
Yeah. Mate, when I was a kid, one of my favorite episodes of all time, that was absolutely fucking amazing. And my mother brought me the box set for Christmas a few years back, so I started rewatching. I think I got to about season, 6, and I sort of season 5, 6, and I sort of like didn't lose interest. I just had sort of better things to do, let's say. But I'm gonna pick up where I did leave off, because when I was a kid, that was my obsession, was the X-Files.
I'm gonna pick this up again. I love it. It did go a bit weird towards the end because David Duchovny left for a while, but they got Robert Patrick in. It was still fun. It got a bit crazy.
He done okay. We come back last August. Me and one of the boys in work, we just dropping messages, and I said, "Have you seen this episode of the X-Files?" It's the one where it's the house is just inundated with like really like backward inbred monsters.
Oh, I love it. I know exactly the one you mean.
Fuck.
And they've got the old Cadillac with this creepy music playing out the stereo.
Yeah,
it's creepy because they're in it.
Really fucking good. And they got like the mother in the boot. She got no arms and no legs, and they're just basically using it to like reproduce. And then
is she under the bed or something?
She's under the bed on like a wooden pallet with wheels or some shit. And they just bring it up. To
if I was an inbred thing with my mother with no legs, I would keep her on a pallet on wheels under the bed. It's exactly the place you would keep her.
Why wouldn't you? Where else are you going to keep them to?
You're not going to put her on display, are you? Going come and meet my mum.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, this is no like what's eating Gilbert Grape, fat mama who can't move out of the chair syndrome. This is some serious topics we need to be discussing. Incestuous, dirty, no-limbed mother under the bed on a wooden pallet with wheels. It's what everyone wants.
Plus if she's chained up on a pallet and wheels, people are less likely to fuck her when you go out, like your friends and stuff.
They are, mate.
Unless they find her, and if they are the kind of people that look for quadrispased women chained up on pallets on wheels under the bed, then they probably would fuck her. So I don't know. There's a balance.
Yeah, they should have just called that episode Wednesday, because that's sort of like what I want to be doing on Wednesdays specifically, is just what you just described.
Like any Wednesday, on a spring day. Summer might be too hot.
Yeah.
And winter might be too cold. So I think a spring Wednesday for me, that was what I would call it.
I agree. And I love the opening scene is they bury the baby, didn't they? And then the next day it's like a couple of kids like playing baseball, and they're like, what?
If you're burying a baby in the opening scene, I want to watch it, whatever it is. Even if it's something my sister's done naughtily. What I'm watching, what's going on here? I can't.
Yeah. Forget the way lottery numbers coming through. I need to watch this. This specifically is like, this is fantastic.
Matt Napo here. Funny accents. Here we go. Look at this. We so rarely get live viewers, Matt, that we need you to promote this tomorrow.
Yeah, is he mocking accents?
We're from the.
Yeah. Ooh. That was me, so playing back what it's
on the stream, right? We're from the part of Texas where you are allowed abortions, but it's round by the bins. So
round by the bins, round by the bins with a coat hanger and a bottle of fucking gin.
Just like you'd saw up a bit of shopping cart, I guess, and you'd get the jagged bit and you would ram it up there, and that's That's the clinic. That's where we
like
are.
a young woman taking a ride on an Indian bus.
We should give Matt a shout out because we're going on Mind Dog TV tomorrow as some sort of illicit 3-way, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, we all gonna climax at the same time. We gotta plan this down.
We are drinking tonight though, so the problem is, will we be too hungover tomorrow, or will we just have to start day drinking whilst working, and then we'll be ready to go by the time we go on? I think it's that one.
You've just basically predicted exactly what's going to happen, but then you've just sort of come up with a cure to the problem of being hungover, which is start drinking like Bailey's coffees in the morning because it's Christmas.
Look at this. Look at this. I know. I mean, it's the effect that we have anyway on people, especially women, quite frankly. But if for bald men in upstate New York, that's our market. That is our market. Hair of the dog, indeed. Yes, I mean, or just persistent alcoholism. It's something we've both enjoyed over the years, and I'm trying to wean myself off.
I think he's talking about his pubes, hair of his dog, or some shit. Yes,
exactly. But thanks for the practice because I don't normally downstate. Do you know what? I just assumed it was upstate. All right, okay. Do you know why I said up? Because it's kind of up the coast from Manhattan, probably, isn't it? I just don't know anything about US geography apart from it's over there somewhere. That's what I mean.
Probably not as
upstate,
near
downstate.
Balls,
it's like a Womble song, isn't it? Upstate, downstate. Who fucking cares? The plane's crashed over there.
On the downs side of fucking New York, though, like nothing ever happens where he's from, though. I think he was.
Recently a bull has escaped, and something else, like 2 animals escaped recently. So, stuff happens.
Does he mean mice from someone's fucking
basement? But it's kind of east. It looks east and a little bit up. I don't know. It might not be. I'll bring up a map in a minute and look really.
I'm on Epstein Island, east of Manhattan. Okay.
He did say Epstein Island, and the trial is happening now, I believe so.
It's happening now. The end.
I've not been following it, so I can't say too much. But let's work not. Let's work not. Can't say that because that would be libelous. But go and look at the man who gave. Go and look at the man who gave Jeffrey Epstein that house for $10. That would be the person that I'd be looking at.
Some people would say Epstein stole, but less potato tomato way. John Sweeney reached a fucking he's written an article in the Guardian or something, and he said, I might be completely fucking quoting and getting the wrong journalist, but pretty sure the article was pretty much along the lines of there's a possibility she may get away with this. There's a good chance.
I don't know about get away. I think they're going to get away with saying certain names in the court. I think that might be. There'll be a couple of names redacted there. Right, I'm going to look at this map now.
Do it.
Yeah, all right, I get it. Yeah, it's east. It is pretty much east, isn't it? It's pretty much east.
East is east. What smells like a fish too?
I assume that's
his feet.
Long Island, is that right?
Long Island, 7 Mile Island. That's where he's from.
I'm going to go when I visit New York in the future. I might even go over there and just try and catch this loose bull that's on the loose, and then eat it and live in the woods.
Yeah, I just called 1 Mile Island 7 Mile Island. But either way, that's where Matt's from.
There we go. Well, yeah, it's good to have international partnerships and friends across the world where we can regularly abuse. I want to go to the abroad place in the new year, but I'm worried there's going to be stoppages to that. But I don't want to talk about that too much because it's very dull indeed, very dull. And likely, stoppages? COVID stoppages. Ugh.
The big C.
I'm never going to say the O word though. People just keep saying that now. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Not going
to say it. Not interesting. Just sort it out. Don't tell me about it. I'm going to go and have my Christmas, and that's it.
Ho, ho, ho. We'll all be having our nice food stuff.
See, this is where the beginning of an X-Files episode, or like a
sex trafficking case.
Yeah, but it's kind of consensual, and we knew it's going to go on, so it's our fault. And it also depends what we're wearing when we go there.
I deserved it.
I believe Jamie gets released into the wild in about 2 years, so in about 18 months. So we'll come out there.
Yeah. Whatever happens, I deserve it. But the thing is, another fan is Ken Harris. He's old FBI, so if anything goes wrong, he'll track us down.
Or just cover it up.
Yeah.
Either way, it's good. It's good to have specific skill sets in the network that is slowly developing. And then,
it really worked well for Liam Neeson. You know, he had a specific skill set, and he got his door back.
Until the sequel, I didn't really watch the sequels. Yeah. They seem to be increasingly stupid, including the one where he gets taken. Is it the third one?
Yeah, there's one where his ex-wife, is no longer his ex-wife. She becomes his wife again, and then she gets taken or some shit. I didn't watch it. I don't know.
No, I think stuff like that. It should be a one and done film. The first film was good. It had the daughter from 24 in it. Is it Eliza Dushku or something? So take her always. Take the young daughter.
Yeah,
would be my advice.
We should make our own version called "Take It, Bitch." Take it hard, and we'll film it, and then away you go.
FBI, yeah, you never get out. It's like the mafia, or
Yeah, but Matt used to work CIA way back when, so we've got a retired fucking FBI agent and an old school CIA.
Was Matt in the department that gave Charles Manson acid and taught them to control people, which is why he couldn't get out of prison.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah,
sounds like a fun time. If I was in the CIA, then that's the unit I'd like to have been in. It's the one that teaches mad people to drug women and then convince them to go and murder people. That's probably my favorite part.
And you might get a blowjob out of it as well, which is always
that is the plan, isn't it? But consensually, of course, and all above board, which is always nice. Always nice. Yeah, we didn't have any talk. We should probably plan things to talk about, but we didn't have anything, and we just done 12 minutes of utter bullshit.
What did we start off on? I forgot what we started. Oh, X-Files, wasn't it? We started talking about the X-Files.
And then the Woman Planet and all that stuff. What's you done any gigs lately?
No, I've been a complete and utter lazy cunt.
Got nearly sick there. Jesus Christ. It's going to go well for tomorrow. Fair play. I've done quite a lot, but I, in theory, have one more this week, and then that'll be it until the new year.
Nice. The new year is going to be my fucking year. It's been a mixture of being tied down with fucking work, tied down with a lot of things going on at home. Nothing serious, just the kids are getting older. They want to do more things. Work. It's just been one thing after another. They sound like excuses. They sort of are. I could be doing more, but next year is my year. That's my New Year's resolution to myself. It's not stop drinking or anything like that. It's just stop being a prick and just fucking
do more gigs.
It's as simple as.
I highly recommend it because it took me a while. I went back in May and I've done quite a bit, but it's taken me until the last couple of months to get my feet under me, and I still feel a bit. So getting into the new year, I'm going to kick some ass with it as well. Step it up a little bit, do some more interesting gigs, and then. Hopefully make a little bit of progress next year, which would be nice after the last 2 years of basically nothing.
Get things going down. Because I organized a gig in the Arbor, but that was, as you know, because you was going to perform there as well. That just didn't pan out as well as we wanted it to. So we're going to regroup now, come New Year, and then we'll just fucking do it from there. But again, they've offered me a room or a space whenever the fuck I want it anyway, so I could just do whatever.
That is good. Yeah, that's what we want is gimmicks instead of actual jokes. We just want gimmicks. Look, we are the silly foreign men. Matt, I'm intending to come out and have a little bash at some random mics and stuff next year when I do come out. So I will be attempting to make people laugh in the US next year, or I might just get shot. So either way, it'll be exciting.
Sweet. You got less chance of being shot because you're white. So just keep being white, and you might be okay.
Well, I don't know. Let's not get into politics. I can't stand it, and I think it should never. I think politics should be banned from the news. I don't think we should even find out about it. Just do the stuff. Do the stuff, and we'll do our stuff, and we'll die in completely separate lanes of life.
I'd be happy with that. What if Brian Cox, as in Professor Brian Cox, not the actor, just basically presented the news and just give us like information on space and like black holes and the sun and just
that's more important, isn't it?
I mean, just who
so
cares about Christmas
do we. Cunt
like
is
cunt as well,
beautiful. It could be Matt, you beautiful cunt. Thanks for offering to put us up. It could be you cunt. It's so many layers of beauty to that word.
It's got loads of fucking layers. The word cunt's a beautiful thing.
And all our mothers have one, unless they're dead.
They do, mate, yes.
So
and we've all, been around that region at some point in our lives. Our mothers' ones specifically
and I can't, so some of us can't wait to get back there. Not me. Yeah. That's just I heard. Yeah. People who maim animals in their teens.
Yeah, the juice isn't as sweet as you might think.
Jamie would be the Elvis of cunt and roll. This is so much fun. It's actually quite good for when people do start watching this. Thanks for interacting, Matt. This is really helpful.
Definitely, mate. This is
we are, and you're encouraging us tonight. So quite frankly, if we do turn up worse for wear tomorrow, it's predominantly your fault. So
it's a bad man.
Our fault. It's our fault, really. We've got various craft ales, which will be giving me the shits because I have gluten intolerance. So I don't drink beer with more gluten in it.
Nice.
So, until my ass bleeds, and then I complain.
Shit, or die, whichever comes first. Complain or death.
I think at some point, this is what a bot would say, wouldn't it?
It's exactly what a fucking bot would say. I'm not here, especially a Russian bot as well, or a Chinese bot. That's exactly what they would say.
We keep blaming the Russians. I think Saudi bots, Chinese bots, Luxembourgian bots, they're all equally out there, I think. I want to go to Russia though. I want to go there and I want to drink vodka in a vodka bar and just until I black out and then wake up in some kind of circumstance, whatever that is.
In a bathtub full of ice with a kidney missing.
That's on the least preferable end of it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old for it.
Yeah, but you take it. You wouldn't get no fucking cheesy vodka revolution in Russia. Like, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't walk into a bar.
I want to go into like a grimy old vodka bar where there's just men with beards and sit there.
Soviet workers bar and just fucking
just see what happens. I love
things that would kill cancer.
Dom Jolly did a Niet. Is that Russian for yes? I can't remember. Yes. Do you know what? I started learning Russian years ago, and I learned yablika, which I think is apple. And
I know one phrase in Russian, right? I know it like really, really well.
Get away from my wife. Sorry.
If he dies, he dies. It's like perfect, like Russian. That is.
It is pretty good.
If he dies, he dies.
Is that from Red Heat?
Yeah, that's exactly where it's from.
I love Red Heat. I might watch it at Christmas because it's kind of a Christmas film because it's got snow in it, especially at the beginning.
Snow in there, you're right. Yeah, it's got men getting rubbed down in saunas as well. But yeah,
it starts out in a sauna, doesn't it? And then there's some sort of fight.
Yeah, so it's like Brokeback Mountain meets like Christmas with the Cranks. Like it's got that Christmas vibe, but yeah.
All of Arnie films were a bit gay if you think about it, because it was all as kids we just couldn't wait until we saw those biceps come out. We go, oh, look at them now, they're bigger.
Love them. A couple of years ago, fuck me, this was like a long time ago. Probably 13 years ago, right? It's when
that's not muscly men. I think this is waking up somewhere in Russia.
I described my wet dream. Matt, you are a wet dream. you dirty man. I was in Woolworths, right, just before they closed down, and they were selling off all this stock, and there was like a DVD for like £1. It was Hercules in New York, Arnie's first like film. So I brought it for my brother-in-law just for a fucking goof. And when people came over, we used to just put it on because I lived with my brother-in-law for a bit as well. So every time people came over, we just put it on in the background and just like waited for people to like go, what the fuck is this? It's just him riding through New York on a fucking horse and chariot with like Bonnie Tyler.
I need a hero. You know what? I'm going to start our drunken notes, which end up in complete and utter scribbles, and it's going to go in my.
The drunken hero.
So we've got Hercules in New York.
Yeah, it's fucking awful, but it's really good.
Arnie, and then we've got Red Heat.
Red
So these are two Christmas movies.
Yes.
That I'm going to be watching.
They are Christmas movies.
Over the festive period. All right, let's go on a Christmas movie. So National Lampoon's Vacation has got to be done.
Class.
Has to be done.
We watched that a couple of weeks ago. What a fucking film, man. It's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, I'm going to watch that on my family Christmas morning. Maybe I'll watch it Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Because it's nostalgic.
Just watch it on your fucking lonesome.
Oh yeah, I'll be watching it on my own. Don't worry about that. I need to watch that. I need to watch Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, yeah, it's a good watch. Scrooged, Bad Santa 1 and 2, fucking hilarious. The both of them.
Not seen the second one. Die Hard, obviously, always gets on those Christmas lists.
Die Hard 1 and 2. People forget the second one's a Christmas film. Also, it's also like Christmassy. But Bad Santa 2, definitely get on it, mate. It is fucking hilarious. Absolutely.
Matt, which one did you mean was bizarre? Oh, Hercules. Sorry, we were talking about
Hercules in New York.
Yeah, well, I guess he was. Could he even speak English then? Because when he first came over, he couldn't. Right, it was just
getting full stop, mate. To be honest with you,
getting injected in his ass. Very clever guy back in Austria, but
horse and carriage.
I love Bill Burr's entire.
Yes.
It's on You People Are All the Same. I think it's a 15-minute chunk or 10-minute chunk on why Arnie's a great man.
You know how many lifetimes I would need to live the life that Arnie's lived or some shit like that. It's amazing. Phenomenal. What a fucking piece. What a bit.
Absolutely lovely. And I agree. To come over there to learn English, to win all the bodybuilding championships, to become an actor, to become the A is action star.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry a Kennedy. No fucking way you're gonna marry a Kennedy. Boom, he did it.
Governor would have been president if he was born in America. Also, people shit on this one. I love a bit of Last Action Hero. I love it.
It's a fucking good film, man. Yeah,
it's meta. I love it where they come out and Stallone is the cutout for the Terminator.
That's right. I was just gonna say the Stallone's the cutout. That was his greatest movie. Was it?
It's great.
Go back to like what he said about Arnie wanting to be president, but he wasn't born in America. Oh, he was Kenyan, wasn't he? That's right. He was born in Kenya.
He was born in Kenya with the famous president George W. Bush, I think.
W. Bush. That's exactly what it was.
I think that's the two that were foreign.
Yeah, Last Action Hero is fucking hilarious. Like that serial killer guy, with the anorak and the fucking axe or whatever.
It's a good. I can't remember his name, but it's a good bad guy, right? It's a good.
Yeah, mate, it's pretty fucking twisted. It's really fucking dark.
I'm watching that over Christmas, and it's going on here.
Yeah, I was. It's a Christmas film. I saw tinsel in the background somewhere.
I was going to get tinsel for the mic stand. I might even get some tomorrow for the Mind Dog, especially. And I'm going to sort out my background a bit better. It's going to be lit better. Who knows?
Yeah.
At some point, I need to sort that out. Oh, we should have a behind the scenes. Sorry, I'm not keeping up these comments here. The best Christmas movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Deep Throat, but
the Merry Christmas because she's got a mouthful of cock.
Deep Throat was the Italian overdub, and it was Christmassy. It was kind of Christmassy. The way she's covered in the white stuff.
Yes, yeah. And where she's bobbing up and down, all the dandruff comes off her scalp, and it's just like fucking like a It's like Edward Scissorhands cutting the ice sculptures, and it's just coming off her hair and white Christmas like eggnog over her mouth. Brilliant.
I don't think I could ever watch Edward Scissorhands because when I was 11, my dad took me fishing, the only time, and the fishing tackle box got full of river water, the River Avon in Evesham over there. And while he went off to do something, I decided to help, and I sucked all the river water out of the tackle box with my mouth, and gobbed it back into the river. And he come back and he goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Cleaning out getting the water out the tackle box." And he went, "Oh, dirty." Anyway, I woke up the next day and I couldn't open my eyes. They were like all sealed shut, and the scum. The mum had to bathe them open. I went to the doctors, and they gave me adult penicillin for the first time because I'd only had the kid stuff before that.
Yeah,
and I had this weird fever dream that night. So I woke up. I used to like sleeping on the sofa when I was sick, right? So I could watch TV late and all that stuff. So I used to get up.
Yeah,
I got up and poured myself some Coca-Cola, the great illness fixing substance. And I sat and I drank it like that. And Edward Scissorhands jumped through the back door with his things and he started cutting me. And it was real and I could feel it. And then I woke up right on the sofa, and then I went to pour myself a glass of Coke, and then he came through the other door and started cutting me. And that happened like 3 or 4 times, dream within a dream within a dream.
Fuck.
And then I actually woke up and was just too terrified to move. So that's because I'd seen the Edward Scissorhands trailer. It was about 1990, and I was just in this weird fever. So I don't know if I could watch it without masturbating. I could watch it if masturbating.
Yeah. Just picture Winona Ryder getting sliced up while he's doing his business. So you had a fever dream. Was it the penicillin or just a bit of both? Was it the fever?
Probably a bit of both. I was just fucked up, just a kid.
And you
I've always had weird dreams anyway. Yeah, always had weird dreams anyway. But yeah, I love it. Love a bit of a weird dream. I just don't like. Sometimes I get things putting things in my ass when I'm waking up. I can feel like something jabbing into my arsehole. It's real. But then I have to try and wake myself up, but I've got sleep paralysis and it takes me a while. And I'm like, ugh! And then I wake up. And now I still don't know if that was a dream.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a dream or it's an alien with their long fingers like.
That's exactly what it is, yeah. That's exactly. Or Uncle Ernie or something,
But it feels so real. And then the other thing that happens is when I wake up sometimes, something will hit me in the side of the head like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrifying.
That sounds like something like a Christian homosexual would sort of say because he's in complete denial. It feels real.
I thought all Christians were gay. Matt, that was Matt. Thank you. Oh, the finger. Oh, damn it. I knew it was real. I knew it was real. So that makes me feel good that I'm not going crazy. So I'd rather be physically assaulted than think I'm crazy.
Hashtag me too. I get it. Yeah. That's what I think half of these, like you touched upon it just now, not to, piss around on that term touched up, but aliens, like it feels like a big alien finger up your ass or something. Maybe I think that's what like.
Oh, that's too far. That's too far.
7%. Was it really my finger?
Too far.
Nice. I think, alien abduction, it's 99.999% someone's like fucking stepdad or something weird, isn't it?
Actually, a lot of I think there's something going on, but I think in a lot of cases it's some trauma thing that's been covered up. Or just Matt crawling into your bed.
Matt crawling into your bed and into your thoughts. Do you reckon if Matt was to like go down and lick your bum hole, you would feel his tash tickling?
Listen, I was thinking about having arse eaten the other day because it's very popular both ways now. But you know what? I'd feel really guilty because my arsehole is. I don't know if you have these in America, Matt, but a choc dip. You can Google it. A choc dip. It's like a little. It's like a little breadstick thing, and you dip chocolate and ate that. My ass is constantly like a choc dip, so there's always a round in the chamber. You might understand that one. So if you are going to go down on me, bring your breadstick.
It's constantly fucking poking up, touching cloth.
Right. Yeah, it's not good.
Touching cloth.
It isn't good.
Yeah.
And sometimes it bleeds.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Is it because you wipe too much and you see blood in the tissue, or just like it just bleeds in the
I had that last week, but when there's actual blood in it, it's because of whatever my intolerance is, I think. So if I eat something that's got too much gluten in it, it'll just be like, oh, that didn't process well.
I like when people say they mention anything about blood in their stool, they will describe every food allergy in the world, but they will never accept the fact it's potentially a case you may have cancer or something. It's only cancer if it's in there.
It's only cancer if it's in there all the time. So
okay, that's all right then.
Never Google anything because, as we know, all doctors ever do is just Google shit. Right? When you go in there, they're like, "Hang on, you've got a fucking whatever." Because let's say COVID, get the numbers up. But now, when you Google your symptoms at home, it always says could be cancer, whatever they are. It's like I've got a headache, I'm sweating, and my arsehole's itching, and then it's like headache, sweating, arsehole, probably cancer. So I've stopped Googling. I've stopped Googling stuff now because it's always cancer or AIDS. They still bring up AIDS, even though AIDS isn't really dangerous anymore.
I did the same thing with my dog. Asked. Is your generation's Kiwi?
I had to get it.
I like that.
I like it too. But what were you saying?
My dog was taking really, really solid black shits in the garden, and we Googled that as well, and he was dying. Turns out he wasn't dying. He just needed to change his food, and away he
Yeah,
went.
he's licked up the red wine that spilled over or something.
Yeah, that's his fucking fault.
Oh yeah, I like a red wine chick. It's you have a bit of red wine, and it's all very dark and.
It is. It is. Red wine's a really dark fucking shit. Like beer will just like come out of you in like fibers, and I don't know. It's fucking hard to explain. It's like when you have vodka and grapefruit and tonic, it just, I don't know. You fart and it just blows out, and the pan's ruined. But
we should. That'll do for shit talk. I think we're 30 minutes in, and we've started talking about our arseholes, and it does.
Nice.
Does happen. I tell you what, we need to get on here. We need to do this more regularly, and we need to get that Welsh guy that Matt. There was a guy that posted himself home from Australia, right? So he is a Welsh guy that worked in Australia, and he didn't like it, so he posted himself home in a box, and he flew. His plan was to just be in cargo, and they got him at LAX, and I think the FBI or Homeland Security or someone pulled him out of LAX. They sent him home, but yeah, he lives in Cardiff, so he's here. Yeah. He's still alive, right? Because we found the article last year. So we're going to try and get him on. Just the experience of posting yourself home around the world in like
hilarious.
Was it in the 70s or something?
I think you said it was the 70s. Yeah, you sent me the link, and it was like the 1970s in Australia. He just needed to get home, and people boxed him up and sent him off around the fucking world. You know.
Also to find the Australians that nailed him in. It's like, what did he say to them? Just nail me and it'll be fine.
Nail me in, buddy. Go for it. Treat me like a whore and nail me
50 years, so that's early 70s, isn't it? Like 71-ish.
Yeah. Definitely.
It cost him £700 to £800, which is about $1,100, I guess, in the 70s, which would be what, a few thousand now, right?
Shit. Maybe just been cheaper to fly. Possibly. I don't know.
Maybe not. If he went like.
Maybe he had a passport. Lost his passport.
I don't fucking know. Anyway, he got caught. I guess now you'd get caught straight away, but I just think it's a great story.
I think it's a fucking fantastic story. One, you know.
Yeah, I guess. I guess if you're in the hold, there's no. It's not even fucking pressurized. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. And they brought him home on a boat. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a boat, wasn't it? They shipped him up, boxed him up, and then chucked him on a fucking boat.
Oh, maybe it was a boat.
Okay. Him.
Yeah, it must have been a boat. It must have been a boat. So you just arrived like Drax. So I just got the basic story wrong straight away.
It's all right. It doesn't matter about the details.
Details are never important.
Details don't matter.
The details are never important.
Fuck that. Like Christmas parties and Downing Street. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry what they do. Just let them get on with it. We'll get on with our stuff down here.
Loving life.
I tell you this, I'm having a Christmas this year, regardless of what is allowed and what isn't allowed.
Yeah, we're going to be enjoying our Christmas too. We got a couple of new arrivals. Got a nephew and a niece. Both this was born yesterday. My nephew was born a couple of weeks ago, so a couple of like bambinos in the mix.
There we go.
We're doing an awful lot with them, but they'll be popping up and whatever.
New members of the X family out to
the X family,
activate.
Yeah, Professor X, Malcolm X, and
That's exactly what we are. We're fake news bastards. That's
fake news. Yeah,
because no news is actually real. That's why I don't watch it. I find out what I need to know from Twitter.
Yeah. We are exactly what GB News intended to be. This is the GB News that Andrew Neil really wanted to have, but he just couldn't get it. So now we are making it.
Yeah,
politics.
We'll probably do quite well if I put a Union Jack behind it instead of Jeffrey Epstein's face spray painted.
Yeah, which I do like the Epstein face, mine. It's fucking pretty cool. I might get that as a tattoo on my back.
It is good, I do like it. At some point, I might have to change the name of the podcast, so just because it is like, I think it just will annoy algorithms.
Yeah,
and people, I don't know. There's just something about the name Epstein. It's like, let's just maybe, call it Wankenstein. No, that won't be allowed either. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out, man. Figure it out. He's got an X on his top as well. Yeah,
I don't know. I just spray painted him.
Yeah, so it's cool. He has an X on his
part of the X family. Yeah,
the Epsteins.
I agree. Yeah, when I move, finally, I got to figure that out. I did put it off to the spring for various reasons, but when I move, I'm going to get a much better setup for podcasting, much better. And I'm going to figure out exactly what I'll be doing. But I want people in person, in the studio, man.
Fucking yes, boy.
If I brought them round here, they're just in a bedroom that's a bit creepy and where I work. So
yeah, especially if a female guest over, sit in the bed, put this mic in front of your mouth and start talking like casting couch.
Yeah, exactly. Why have you got a microphone and a camera there? Don't you worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. You do your thing, I'll do mine.
It's not being streamed to some sort of the worst porn website in the world that accepts.
Yeah.
Just drunkenly thumbing in bits of sushi into vaginas and then falling asleep.
Yeah, it's just being broadcast on Facebook and fucking Twitter and YouTube, which is where all the deviants hang out anyway. So it's kind of worse than the porn sites.
I don't think this does go to Twitter, so I need to look at that and get it to Twitter as well.
Yeah,
but I need to promote it better. I need to do all kinds of things, Jamie. I need to be more regular on it, and all my shit. I need to just be better, and I'm going to be. 2022 is going to be a better time for all of this shit.
It's going to be a better time for me. It's going to be my year, I think. Maybe maybe 23. Who knows?
We can do a live one of these at a gig venue at some point.
Yes, that's well, like we've discussed a couple of times, isn't it? It's just basically doing a gig somewhere, then just doing like an after party podcast or some bollocks, and just have a few drinks and a few people, a few heads around.
Also, I want to do a talent show version of the podcast where we get like 4 of us on a table. We'll stream it, and we just get people to come up and do a talent, and then we will then verbally abuse the people doing the talent until
good. Like
Matt, so the night the entire New York City went into a blackout. And there were jokes going around immediately. Tonight's the night Clinton's going to have him killed. Tonight's the night. And it was that night that he apparently tried to kill himself, but he was in a cell. Let me bring a photo of this guy up. He was the biggest guy,
muscular beast.
He was a former cop.
That's right. He was a fucking beast, wasn't he?
That was in. Yeah, here we go. That was in for murder. Let's just have a look at this guy. We'll try and bring this up. And
I like him though. I like him.
Well, I wanted Epstein to live.
Why? So he could teach you the error of his ways, so you can learn from his
mistakes? No, so he can, actually try and grasp up the people that are actually behind it all. I don't know why this is flashing. Is this flashing for you?
Yes.
That's going to give someone an epileptic fit, but you can see. There we go. This guy, and he was found the next day after trying to kill himself. Like he was found the next day after trying to kill himself, beaten and bloodied in his cell, and told his lawyer that he didn't try and kill himself. So that's all very interesting.
His German Shepherd looks like a fucking little Chihuahua holding him. That's how big this fucking dude is.
Yeah, craziness. So this guy was blatantly paid off to kill him the first time. Didn't work, and then he died anyway on suicide watch. Watch. When the Ghislaine trial is over, whatever her name is, we should go back into the whole thing and then work out who's still to go down. Bill Clinton. What? Huh?
Bill. Dirty Bill. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
He got away with it by playing saxophone and just distracting everyone. Look at the saxophone.
Yeah. Playing Baker Street.
What other great saxophone tunes were there that he could have played?
Bobby Keys, when he plays for the Rolling Stones.
Yep.
He got some good sax on there. He got I think plays with Pink Floyd. What's his name? Dick Parry, is it? Great sax player.
Yeah, I could have just broken into any of that just to distract.
A lot of Tina Turner.
Yes, Matt. Anything Epstein related, I have seen. Which is we'll get into it one day. We'll have to get into it one day, given the podcast is talked about. But we'll wait for this trial to be over. We'll see how much of a sham it is and see what names come out. Which I reckon they'll take down a couple of people from it. Yeah, but it'll be like it'll be some mid-level music producer. That's who they'll actually get.
Yeah, it'll be some fucking. It'll probably be that actor who put his hand up that actress's skirt or whatever the fucking name is. I don't know. Bring someone down.
I would put Clinton higher than Trump in that, I think, and Andrew. Yeah, well, there's talks of that going on. I don't know if the royal family here is going to actually. But I don't know. I think the entire royal family are paedophiles, to be honest. So
yeah, completely agree. Yeah, I've been working on a bit for a long time about it.
When we have a joint Israeli CIA blackmail operation going on that's funded by Les Wexner and Robert Maxwell's missing money and Jeffrey Epstein's secretary and Ghislaine Maxwell is the fluffer for the girls. It's nice to see actual convictions. That is always nice to see. Allegedly for all that other stuff. I said allegedly.
Yeah.
Right?
Allegedly.
Legally. So I heard round by the bins. Heard on Reddit.
Around the corner from the Texas abortion clinic, run with the bins.
We'll see what happens with that, but there's lots of interesting stuff. There's a couple of great podcasts on it as well, on the whole thing, and there is Air America as well. So stuff in the 80s where Epstein and Wexner worked together, which was they were running guns and drugs for the CIA, I think, and that was Epstein was in with that as well with Wexner.
Oh, okay. Would that be what that fucking book and film was based on, the Tom Cruise one? American
he
Made
was playing Barry Seal, who was flying coke in. Yeah, but it's similar stuff. I mean, they were funding dirty projects off of coke, right?
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah. And
the 20-year Afghanistan conflict had nothing to do with shipping in drugs. Had nothing to do with opium.
Well,
Zero.
Afghanistan, they've never grown anything that could possibly contribute to any drug production.
Matt, there's a song by Tim Dillon, a comic called just Tim Dillon Afghanistan War, and it's one of the finest things you'll ever see. And the chorus is basically
again.
It's Elton John, and it's a duet, isn't it?
It's fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Heroin and pedophilia. It's the entire foreign policy of your country.
Brilliant. Love it.
I can't remember. We'll have a look. But I did do a thing where I got Tim Dillon's lyrics and the original video, so it looks like Elton John and.
Good to me, yeah. It was.
I think is Stevie Wonder in there as well. I think there's.
I think Stevie Wonder. I think is it Diana Ross as well. I think or some shit like that.
Might be, yeah.
Let me go on to fucking.
But I think that's
media.
Very good. Don't play it on here though.
No. I'm just gonna see if it's on my WhatsApp. It is on my WhatsApp from you somewhere. It's just fucking God knows where. There's a weird picture of you.
We'll find it.
I don't know if you can see. This is a picture of you. I just stumbled across.
Jesus Christ! God, that's what I didn't have my cheap tapestry space background. I'm over there. I'm depressed. I'm pale. That's mid-pandemic, I think. There, I reckon I'm drinking red wine.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, depression certainly happens sometimes, doesn't it? God.
Yeah. So, that's the best way to ask you. Yeah,
so 2022, Jamie returns to stand-up. I keep progressing in stand-up. We run a gig, or you run a gig, and we do some interesting live stuff.
That's the plan. That is the fucking plan. I just like it's just I've been having words with myself, just getting my shit together, but it's really fucking hard just to like you take the best part of nearly 2 years off, and you do a couple of Zoom gigs, you do 1 or 2 live gigs, you do a couple of podcasts, and then you just sort of I'm content, I'm happy, and the next thing you know, it's fucking December. And like
that's the thing this year, where the fuck has the year gone? Where has the year gone? Honestly, I still think December's 2 months away, and it's the 13th of December. We're halfway through.
It's Christmas in like fucking 2 weeks, man. It's crazy as fuck.
So the year's gone, and as you get older, the years are going to keep flying by. This fucking pandemic thing has made stuff go faster. So there's no time to waste. We've got to get on it and organized. And we might both, well, not both together, hopefully, but you might die tomorrow. So
who knows?
Most people don't wake up thinking this is going to be the last day. So
the way your asshole's bleeding out, it's quite fucking possible, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Google says it is cancer, so
I agree.
We'll find out. It's as red as my. It's not. It's darker. It's a darker red today.
Yeah. a darker shade of red.
I need to sort out a good, decent background at some point. But I thought this is better than a bare wall.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it goes back to what we talking about.
I'm gonna get some nice lighting. I'm gonna sort some shit out. Have a better camera, but it's all on the list of things.
It is
that will come
I gotta get
during
some,
the next
like, nice wallpaper. I gotta get some nice brick effect wallpaper, some fucking bits and pieces. Gonna get it good. Thank you very much.
When I do in person, like if I can get some sort of little studio together that will have like a nice brick effect with some nice lighting.
Yeah,
and a bit of a logo in the back. So that's the plan.
It'd be great.
God, this one started on a This one started on a laptop with me kneeling down and like a sheet balanced on an ironing board behind me so I could get a green screen, and then it all fell over one night and I smashed the glass. It was just the worst. That was right at the beginning of COVID. That one. That's when I started these videos.
Yeah.
And I've done fuck all with it since, so I should really do something. But I'm starting to add little comforts to my home because I haven't. I wanted to move out for 2 years and I just didn't, so I just lived like a depressed weirdo. But now I've started to go. I'm going to get a new chair. Or I'm going to get like the new shit for over there, some new little things. Because I've still got to live here for a few months, even if I want to leave. So don't live like an animal, Carl.
Don't live like a beast, Carl.
It took me 4 years. It took me 4 years to realize, I probably shouldn't live like a fucking animal.
Yeah, you're better than this, Carl. Have a word with yourself.
Wow, I don't know.
You've been like stockpiling bits and pieces for your podcast for the last couple of years, haven't you? You know, you've been spending the money, you've been buying whatever the fuck it is you need to buy, and you've got your gear sorted. You just need to get the space.
Better space and a home where I don't want to murder my neighbours on a regular basis. Oh, sorry.
Are they still making noises?
It's soundproofing in here, and they're just disgusting. Yeah, it's just all disgusting.
Yeah.
But I shout. I regularly now. It's got to the point where they think I'm a mentally ill man with Tourette's, which I think what I might have become. Because I just shout things in the middle of the night, like increasingly things that could be considered, illegal to shout. But I just shout things.
We had a nice rant when we went out on the piss, didn't we? A few months back now, wasn't it?
A couple of months, yeah, I'd say.
And then we fucking started me and then you did. We started ranting at some people saying things, and there was like a bus. Remember the bus that pulled up for like the stag or hen do or some shit?
It got dark, Jamie. You went a bit extra, and then you scared everyone off from outside because you.
And then everyone just disappeared. It was like, oh, okay, bye.
Yeah. I was sat there going, "Oh no, this has gone too far."
Yeah.
Then we went inside and had a nice drink, but that was good. Have to do more of that. I think when you're just shouting at a man, rape, there's going to be a rape, then that's when people tend to leave the scene.
Yeah. Especially the women, they just tend to disperse. They run.
Yeah, that's what happened. It wasn't a good thing.
Yeah, but remember the guy. He was like a guy coming around looking for change, like a homeless dude. And we just said, "There's a fucking bus with a lot of women on their way to whatever. Jump on the bus, mate, and go and get some change." They all got change, and he headed toward the bus. Didn't see him after that. I don't know what they did.
Never saw him again, and then we left it there. So that is all good. I assume this is Matt watching still, and I assume that he hasn't got anything to do because he's actually sat through 48 minutes of this shit. So thank you.
Tomorrow.
It's not like mine. No, we didn't plan anything. We just talk absolute shit. So I should actually plan some things. I want to get into serial killers again. I want to go and read up about a serial killer that I've never heard of, and then bring the information back.
Funny enough, I was thinking about this a few weeks ago. Wouldn't it be great to fucking pick a topic of, like you said, about sticking to some form of structure or whatever, but something like a serial killer or a really obscure fucking nut job who no one really talks about, and just fucking do a bit of research and then just talk about the kind.
I think at least a monthly or 2 monthly feature of favorite killer of the month. Let me go in there because I do like a good serial killer, and I have to say, even as nasty as they are, I kind of respect their game, especially if they're good at it.
Wow.
Like Ed Kemper, who just killed students and then buried their heads in his own front garden and angled them up to his mother's bedroom for years, because and handed himself into the police. And the police didn't believe him. We'll get you there, Matt. Don't worry. The police didn't believe him, and then finally killed his mum. And what it turns out, it was all about his mother, which it often is. There we go. I told you we'd get you there. That's what we're all about. We should change the name of the podcast to Making Mind Dog Jizz.
And, yeah, I am.
Ed Kemper, favorite.
Ed Kemper's a classic one. Ed Gein, I like as well. You know, he's like the inspiration for fucking Psycho and brilliant stuff.
You had Richard Ramirez, Golden State Killer, who they only just figured that out. Who that was. Golden State Killer he would break into people's houses, right? So you would wake up tied up, right? And he would come into your room and go, and you would hear like your wife crying in the next room. And what he would do, he would put all crockery and cutlery and like bowls and plates on your back. Yeah. And then he would go next door and rape and murder your wife. And then he said, if I hear any of those things smash, I'm going to come back in. You're dead. Nice. So you couldn't even help it. But it was so good that once he went to there was like a town meeting about it because it was happening a lot.
Yeah.
I missed Coffee with the Dog this morning, Matt. Go watch Mind Dog TV at all times. Interesting. That is interesting.
Chief of Police. Nice.
That is interesting. There was a town meeting. We'll have to hear about that later. And so people are going, oh, you've got to stop him. You've got to stop him. And some guy stood up and goes, yeah, what are these pussies? Basically, if a man broke into my house, I'd protect my wife. Broke into his house the next week and raped that guy's wife. So he was at that town meeting.
Yeah.
About him.
He thought, I'll teach this kind of lesson.
I've got such a level of respect for serial killers like that. It's a professionalism. They're not getting caught.
It is, mate. You're fucking right there. Yeah, his attention to detail as well. That's why they don't get caught. His attention to detail.
Listen, I like a professional. I like a professional, whether it's a musician, a comedian, a builder, a serial killer, rapist. If you're good, if you're really exceptional at what you do, I have to tip my hat to you. Yeah, it's not good. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but the technique, the mastery of your craft.
I completely agree. Like Peter Sutcliffe, he was just an average Joe, and he probably thought he was going to get caught within his first murder. And the second one came, he didn't get away with this. He just carried on doing his thing, and no one could catch the guy.
Matt Napper, who's your favorite serial killer? What if you had to pick one? Would it be Bundy? Would it be Richard Ramirez?
Ed Kemper? Think he's a Ramirez kind of guy. I think he's mainly like a Kemper kind of guy because of the mustache. Or Freddie Mercury, because he fucked a lot of people.
Well, he might have killed a lot of other gay men that he gave AIDS to.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe he knew exactly what he was doing.
Who was Jack?
Jack the Ripper.
One of the theories for Jack the Ripper was a member of the royal family as well.
He was, That was one of the theories.
Not sure. Well, we'll have to elaborate on that a bit later because I do. Yeah, I love just mastery of a craft, and I love crime documentaries, crime podcasts. Oh, Ripper, you did mean Ripper, yeah. It was pretty cool. They keep thinking they identified them every few years, but I don't know. It just never seems to get anywhere. What a cool time to live, though, right? Zodiac. Well, in the East End back then, where it's all like grimy and mist everywhere, because people were going missing, and you couldn't. There was one policeman just walking around. Going, what happened here then? Well, 6 women are dead.
Hello. What's all this then? Yeah, a couple of prostitutes had their insides ripped out, officer. Well,
Zodiac is great, and the movie by Fincher is a fantastic procedural movie.
Yeah, I watched that a couple weeks ago for the first time.
I want to rewatch it again soon as well. I love it. The Good bit watch. Where he stabs the couple having a picnic is fucking horrifying.
Ties him up, gets him down.
Doesn't he do the boyfriend and then stabs the girlfriend like way too much?
He stabs one of them way too much than they needed to be stabbed.
I think it's the girl. But that's a great. Another one who got away with it and taunted the police as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and there was only a couple of weeks ago they tracked. Was it a couple of months ago? Wasn't it? They actually revealed the identity, or they.
Well, they think. Yeah, they think. There's been a few things where they think they've cracked one of his last letters and stuff. But yeah, I mean, he did get away with it. So,
but again, respect. That's exactly what Aretha Franklin was singing about when she was singing about serial killers.
Son of Sam, that's pretty close to you, Matt, as well. Son of Sam.
Son of Sam. Or
There's a documentary called Sons of Sam on Netflix as well, where they think it may have been more than one person and potentially connected to a cult, but whether or not that actually did go on, who knows? But it's just another great because he was doing a similar thing. He was shooting couples in cars, right, or people in cars around New York. But fascinating. When I go to New York, I'm probably going to go to all of these death scenes and take photos.
Just take selfies. A big, massive selfie stick. Hello, from like a fucking few meters away, a huge selfie stick, so you can see the whole fucking crime scene.
Was a cult. There we go. There we go. The world. I love a cult as well. I love a good cult. Yeah. If you're, what is it about these cult leaders, like the Nexium guy, right? You look at him and you go, yeah, it looks like you run a cult. But they're charismatic enough to get, other than that, intelligent people just in their camp and going, this is what we're fucking doing. Oh, and we're branding women. Love it.
It is good shit. Like David Koresh wasn't a particularly great-looking guy. He was okay, but he created his own little cult, and people were.
And then the FBI set fire to kids to end that one. So that was good.
It did. that worked out well. It doesn't really work out well for cults. Oh, speaking of which, isn't DiCaprio playing fucking Jonestown guy?
That's interesting, Matt, as well. Connected to Long Island, New York Metro area. So he's satanic. Woo! We love a satanic cult. Jonestown, that's another, the Kool-Aid.
DiCaprio was playing him, isn't he? DiCaprio was playing him in that some film that's out next year or some shit.
Need to look it up. If you know Duncan Trussell is sort of a psychedelic comic. At the beginning of his podcast, he plays a recording from the Jonestown. So it's the kids. I think it's the kids and women singing. It's like, thank you, all of you. And they used to sing it to guests and stuff. And that, it's kind of like that. But it's kind of so sweet, but it's freaky because you know what it's connected to.
Yeah,
and then you know that he made all of those kids and women drink the Kool-Aid.
So. Yeah, drinks the Kool-Aid. Great, man. Good fucking stuff.
Yeah, so we covered serial killers as well. I think we're doing well. Yeah. We will probably go on for a while as well, Matt. So we will go on so long normally that we've had enough. There's been episodes where we've just been so drunk, just leaning on the table going, I'll fucking tell you nothing, man. I'll tell you nothing. And I've never watched any of it back, just in case we have said something racist or horrendous.
Or whatever.
I just don't want to see it. It's just on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, it floats around in the YouTube space.
If either of us ever make it, that's how we'll get cancelled. They'll dig up like episode 17 of this stupid podcast, and that's
they'll
how
do
they get
to us what they done to what the fuck his name.
But I will go and get guns, and I'll lock myself in a warehouse, and it'll end in a real bad siege. That's what I plan.
That's what I want to do.
That's what I plan. So I'm going to go to Budapest next year and start my gun training, and I mean it. They've got some good gun ranges there. It's cheap. And, I'm going to go and start firing all kinds of shit. So as Tim Dillon said, it's not a written house; it's a written home.
It's right. So, I agree wholeheartedly. What you fucking said. Yeah, they're gonna do to us what they done to Shane Gillis. They're gonna take us down.
But that means you mean something to someone, doesn't it? If someone's actually actively trying to cancel you, it means you mean something. You've got someone so emotional, they want to destroy you. And but if everyone does ever try and come for me like that, if I ever get any sort of success right there, I will come to your fucking house with a hammer and some gaffer tape. And that is a joke, because if I did say something like that on the internet, it would come across as a threat. But that's a joke because this is a comedy podcast, so that's a joke there.
Yes, I will tie up your mother and I will inject heroin to her arm.
Joke. It's scripted. It's a joke. Scripted. This is a script written by Matt Nappo of Long Island. It's a joke.
That's what I will do. I will put needles in your arm and inject you.
What about an armed siege on a boat where we just screaming, "It's maritime law! It's maritime law!
Yeah, it's maritime law! Maritime law! I'm allowed to kidnap you, sit in an arm and inject you with heroin."
So the first thing you got to ask us tomorrow, Matt, is are you too hungover to do my show? Because it might go that way. I've got a bottle of wine in there to get on. It's just going to get wild.
Yeah.
And then
I got a shit out of booze that's been delivered. I've got Campari, I've got gin, I've got fucking Rosso Vermouth.
Campari.
I've got shit to make the boonies with it tonight. It's Christmas.
You are breaking up a bit, but it could be my end because my end has been a dick recently. So I don't know if you want to. Do you want to go out of the stream and come back on?
Yeah.
Do that and see if that helps. I did buy a new internet cable today, so hopefully it's not me.
I'll log out now.
All right. I'll see you in a bit. We'll wait for he's gone, and then we can talk about him now. We can talk about him. What an awful piece of shit that man is. I don't trust him. I've seen what he does to his pets, and quite frankly, he's probably hitting his kids right now. That is Jamie X, great grandson of Malcolm X, and that family. I tell you what, that family, troublemakers, absolute troublemakers through and through. Exactly, satanic. If anything, this is why I just have a breakdown now. There he is. Let's bring him back in. See if this works. There we go. That's much better. Much better.
I got a new name. I have a new name.
Oh God. Let's not even mention it because I don't want the algorithms to go mad. It ends in X, so it's another member of the X family.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
SX Killer.
SX Killer. Yeah.
Good.
Sweet. I like it. Like, what was we saying? What was it talking about? Oh yeah, booze. I got a shit lot of booze, like for fucking Christmas, like the good stuff.
Do you know what? You're gonna fall over. I've pretty much stopped drinking at home. Like I got this in today. I don't drink. Jamie, I live alone as well. You know, it gets dark. You know, it gets dark. So.
It gets dark.
I drink at gigs now, which may or may not be a good idea. And when I go out and stuff, but I can't. Yeah. If I've got too much booze in it, it gets weird because then the laptop gets turned off, the podcast is over, and then I start threatening to cut to pieces people that live near me when they make the slightest noise. So
fuck yeah, don't blame you. Yeah, I like it. Kudos to you.
But I have to say again, when I move, I think I'll be in a much healthier state mentally. So I do want to get a little bar in there. I want to get, some whiskeys and some gins and have some nice little setup.
A couple of bottles of Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, I think in the podcast room as well. I think Buffalo Trace, a couple of gins and a couple of whatever's, little cocktail bar.
Fucking sweet. Yeah, that's the plan.
I'll be in a better mental space for it.
That's the plan. That's the plan in this part of the fucking the house as well. Just build it up. Just do fucking some shit.
Matt is going to work. We will start now, and we will see you tomorrow. And if we don't see you tomorrow, then we'll show up. But we'll show up. We'll either still be drinking or we'll be dead. Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow, Matt. Thank you very much for watching. Go and check out Minddog TV. It's awesome. So do that. So cheers. We'll see you tomorrow, mate.
Take care of your mustache.
Nice. There we go. We've made a nice little friend in the podcast world, and he could make us or break us. So we should always be nice.
I must break you. He's fucking sweet though. He's a cool guy. He's sweet. He's cool.
He's still watching, so we should keep saying this nice stuff. And again, we'll talk about him when he leaves. That fucking he is a nice guy. Very, very supportive of artists and people that are doing shit. So, do you know what? Recently, I've always got a Pringles lid nearby. You know these little Pringles things?
Yeah.
Or it's like a tube that I've kicked under the desk. And I'm losing weight as well, so I think I might have cancer. It's like I keep eating shit, but I'm losing weight.
Yeah. Eating shit and losing weight.
Yeah, that's the main thing. What have I got tonight? I've got some mature cheddar and onion finest Christmassy things because they got the pigs in blankets flavor, which I didn't get tonight, but I think I might get next week. It'll be way more Christmassy next week.
Fuck yes. Yes. How are they? The dog's eating his fucking food stash. Fucking, he'll sniff anything out. Do you want to go? Hey, get in here, buddy. A bowl of porridge.
Dog. This is the dog section for anyone listening. It's the dog section because this is on. This is also on Spotify and iTunes and wherever else you get your podcasts. So, and I do remember to upload the audio. So there you go. It is nice. Thanks. Oh, by the way, if you are watching this, I should have said to Matt. If you are watching this, can you please press subscribe because it will really help us out. I never promote anything. I'm going to start doing that. Just subscribe, like, and share it with your dirtiest friends, and that will be very helpful in the future. So I will.
Friends, the better.
Yeah, I will need to get some vinyl as well. Looking at your posters behind, are they posters?
Vinyls, yeah,
vinyls. They are vinyls.
Yeah.
So I own some vinyls, but I don't have anything to play it on. That's how I drunkenly ordered an album and then I bought another one and I pre-ordered something. So I need to get again when I fucking move. I'm going to get maybe even in the new year, a little Christmas.
Yeah,
I get myself a little player, some nice little speakers. Just have a little chill out area.
I just use my daughter's vinyl player because she got one for Christmas now, but she bought one out of her birthday money last year or this year rather. So she's got a nice little compact player upstairs, bigger one now for Christmas with good speakers as well. So I'm checking fucking Appetite for Destruction on full whack on vinyl Christmas Day.
You can't beat a bit of Appetite for Destruction. I love that album.
What an album. Fucking
it's an absolute classic. I tell you what I did watch as well, and I put it on because you said something about it. I watched the Beatles documentary. I watched it, and I tell you what, I liked it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in its entirety yet. I think I've just nearly scraped through the first episode or just about to. But it's one of those things. It's been on, and then in the background, and then people come in, you're talking, and say, "What the fuck?" So, but it was a good watch though. Yeah, everyone I know who've seen it said it's great.
Yeah, I sat and binged it. I just found it fascinating to see. Yeah, just to see them interacting with each other. It's almost like it's today because the footage looks that good. They've restored it so well.
Yeah.
And the sound's great. So, yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. And I was listening to fucking Let It Be all week. Because of it. It's the album. There's songs in there I didn't really know that well. I didn't really bother. Sometimes I don't bother listening to the Beatles for 10 years. And then I'm like, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that.
Because you just know all the fucking songs. As soon as you hear a Beatles song, you just want, I'm going to check another Beatles song on now. But that fucking documentary, Get Back. The first episode that I've only not even finished watching, you can hear John Lennon fucking just like riffing out Jealous Guy in the background, just like working things out. But they didn't let it be. That's what that studio recording was for. But they did a lot of stuff for Abbey Road.
Yeah,
on that
because they recorded Abbey Road. They recorded Abbey Road immediately after Let It Be.
Yeah,
like 3 weeks later.
All that stuff they built up there was like good to go.
They wrote and recorded that whole Let It Be album in like 5 weeks.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. And this documentary, they're doing it on camera. So it's called Get Back because you just hear one day McCartney's just fucking around and you hear the thing from Get Back. They haven't got the words, and Ringo's like blast from the past, and they're just fucking around. And then as like the 7 or 8 hours goes by, they keep going back to it, and it's getting better and better until they perform it live. So it's edited so well as well.
Peter Jackson, though, he's fucking great, man.
Yeah, he's done such a good job. So, I love it. I bloody love it.
I'm gonna binge the fuck out of it as and when I get some downtime. But for what I've seen, the first episode is fucking brilliant. Absolutely fucking fantastic.
Well, it gets better, and obviously it's not really a spoiler, but it culminates in that rooftop gig in London, and it's just. Even the crazy characters, like the original documentary filmmaker, he's like this posh little twat. He's like, well, why don't we do the gig in a children's hospital, you know?
Yeah.
Not where they're dying, just minor ailments. We'll do it in Libya. Let's go to Libya. We'll put you on the QE2.
Yeah.
And McCartney's like, that sounds expensive.
Sounds really expensive. Yoko, what do you think, Yoko? What have you think, John?
But it's whoa! I didn't quite hear what come out there, but
It was a sound
issue. And it also kind of dispels the myth that Yoko broke them up, and because you can see they're really tense. They're really tense with each other and their fights, but they're also what John and Ringo, they kind of forgot until Jackson went back to this footage. They also had a great time as well during the time. They're having a great time. There's a bit later on, I think it's in the second or third episode, they're recording Two of Us, and you just hear them play these songs over and over again.
Yeah.
But then they, Lennon and McCartney, start doing it in like a Scottish accent, a Yorkshire accent, and then they do it without closing their lips. So they're like, but they do the whole song through like that and just fucking around. Yeah. It's just little things like that I just find like, because it makes them more human, right, as well, because the Beatles are just these four little weirdos on the telly, like shaking their heads.
Yeah, but they're just like four fucking guys from nothing.
Four mates who built themselves from like 16 to fucking...
And within less than 10 years, they changed the fucking world.
Not only that, they only toured for 4 years. 3 years.
And by all accounts, they weren't a great live band anyway, but the studio is where they were fucking magical. But any live recordings you can hear of the Beatles now is just like...
Well... They off that rooftop gig, at least two of the tracks, two of those tracks from the rooftop gig went on the album. They were that good.
Yeah,
they didn't even do it to an audience. It's just people down on the street hearing it from Piccadilly and stuff, going, "What's that?" And then the police are trying to stop it.
Yeah. There was
you're causing a noise disturbance.
There was the cop who pulled the plug. He was like 19 years of age, and apparently
P.C. Dag.
Paper. I have no regrets.
What a cunt. What an absolute cunt.
Cunt off the fucking roof.
That's the kind of copy you want to see just like, murdered, quite frankly. But I didn't. That's also a joke. I'm not advocating the murder of the police. It's just saying.
Yeah.
Especially at 19 years old. What a shit house, right? What an absolute shit house.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, as you'll see, he's all this down in the lobby, right?
Yeah.
Get me on that roof. Get me on that roof. And they let him up, and then he just shuts up and watches.
Yeah. And he pulls the plug when they do the songs he doesn't want to hear. They haven't done their classics. Pull the plug.
Yeah, what an absolute shit, though. I mean, 19 as well. What a sad day. Why don't you have a beer, have a joint, right? Watch that gig, and you don't have to tell anyone. No one's ever going to find out. There's no CCTV.
Yeah. That fucking swine. You fucking pig, huh?
So that copper is a bastard.
He's a bastard. He's worse than the one who fucking done the Sarah Everard shit.
Ooh.
What a pig. What a cunt.
There we go. We're an hour 12 in and it's getting out of control. Let's down with the
beer at the wall now.
Oh well, never mind. I've got in the fridge now. All I've got is the big can. I always do it, and I don't know why. I buy a can of that Brewdog Double Hazing. It's making me almost vomit. Think of it. It's 7.2%.
Holy fuck!
And I think that'll fuck me up before the wine.
Yes.
And I'm gonna wake. The thing is, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and I'm gonna regret every one of these decisions that I'm just making right now.
That's exactly fucking what my thought process every time we do this podcast was. I got work tomorrow at 8:30, and then I'm gonna wake up at 7, 7, and my head's gonna be fucking slamming. But yeah,
I can't say too much, but I've got a much easier run of it at the moment with work. I've got a new job for the last few months, and I'll tell you what. Yeah. It's pretty good, and I get away with quite a lot of shit. And I really shouldn't say that in case one of them ever watches this, because I'm not sure they won't get this far into this. They'll watch 10 minutes of this, and they're out. When we're talking about fucking the woman on the pallet on wheels, they'll be out. So they'll never get this far.
Yeah, unless they're really into that shit and they just keep listening. Who knows?
But I like it. I like that Matt was here in the comments, which is nice. So it's all Matt, by the way. He's the only one who commented. We did have 4 viewers at one point, and then 2 of them immediately clicked out because they're probably just people who think, "What the hell's this?"
Mother under the bed.
That's why I like StreamYard, though. StreamYard is interactive, though. So if people do watch, we can just bring up their shit, right? And then we can interact.
Yeah. Fucking yes. Nice. Hell yes.
I am out of alcohol, and I might get some alcohol and water.
Fucking nice. I'm trying to. What am I gonna? I got a bit of beer left. I'm gonna bring my bottle of wine in with a glass, and I'll just sip on that one, and then we can just like reminisce then on old podcasts, old times.
Reminisce on old times, and then kill ourselves on air. Yes. That would be. Do you know what? If we killed ourselves on air, not only will it be devastating for a few people, but obviously it will devastate your entire family that's in the house that's to find you.
Yeah, you know.
But I reckon this podcast would go through the roof. It'd explode.
It would be, yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Unfortunately, the only way I can make this podcast big is by killing myself on air.
It's killing yourself. So yeah, and yeah.
Then if I can monetize the channel from Beyond the Grave and actually earn from it, then that would be nice.
Hell credits. Buy what you want in hell.
It would be hell. And guess what? By the way, I'd rather go to hell because the only version of hell we get is the Bible version of hell, and of course they're going to slag it off, right?
Yeah.
And massive logical fallacy in the whole hell thing. Why would Satan punish you for sinning? Why? Because he likes sinning. Wouldn't he go, that was fucking brilliant, mate, to be fair?
Well then, yeah, Adolf Stalin, well done. High five, that shit.
That was bloody brilliant. Here are some cool, sexy hell whores in leather that you can fuck all the time in sin. Enjoy. That's what I think it is for eternity. The Bible are going, you don't want to go down there. He punishes you all the time. They're squares in heaven. They're squares, right?
Yeah. You got like fucking... the cool fuckers down there, you know what I mean? You can just sit down with Jim Morrison and listen to his stories about the Lizard King bollocks and all that shite.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's all I want. If I could just do that, just hang out with like, terrible men from history and have a beer with them, they're more interesting anyway.
Yeah. So, like Mao Zedong, sit down with a beer. Why did you kill all those people?
Stalin, Chairman Mao, every rock star that ever lived, because they all fuck 13-year-olds. So
any rock star that has penetrated young vagine.
Also, I love the fact when people act shocked, they're like, "Oh my god, he did what now in the 50s or the 60s? He did what?" It's like, yeah, so did every other rock star. I was talking to someone who wouldn't have it. He's going, like who? Every member of every rock band was slipping it up. 13 to 15-year-olds at all times, every single week.
Although some took it to the next level, as in, I'm not going to name names, but a certain singer from a certain band called Aerosmith, like, adopted a very young person and then took her on the road and fell in love with her, and she was in need of adoption for legal purposes because she couldn't tour with Aerosmith without that adoption thingy-majiggy.
I didn't even know the details of that. Did that end up to be his wife or what?
Yeah,
is that the mother? Is that the mother of the actress?
I don't think it's the mother of the actress. Okay. No, but she legally he was not allowed to take her on tour and travel across state lines because she was too young. So he had to adopt her.
Listen, if it is before,
become a legal guardian.
If it is before like 1986, I say we'll let it all go.
Yeah.
Right? Let it all go.
Well, yeah, this would have been like 1970.
Yeah, fucking
6-ish when Led Zeppelin were doing it too. And
in the 70s, you could go upstairs. If this was the 70s, right? You could go upstairs, you could beat your wife, and nothing would come of it. Nothing would come of it. The police might be called. They would come around and go. They go. Do you know what? This is a domestic incident. Just go easy. See you later.
Yeah, off you go.
So the 70s were a different world. Every decade was a different world, but the 70s, go wild in the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and then really it's the 90s where people started to think about that stuff. But even the 90s was pretty wild.
Yeah,
Jerry Seinfeld was smashing. Was he 17 when he was like 37 or something?
Holy fuck!
There was one of them, but I don't know. Those numbers might be off, but it was ish.
Yeah, give or take.
Also, he had the most successful comedy series of all time. So
did mate? Yeah, he did. Old Seinfeld. Look at Jerry Lewis.
I started watching Seinfeld again recently. I'm on the second series.
On Netflix, isn't it? Yeah, any worth a rewind. I've only seen bits and pieces over the years.
They're nice. They're nice and short. You always get a bit of stand up on there, and the stand up's actually quite good. It's it's kind of relatable. It's Seinfeld, but then it's just nice because Larry David wrote it, right? It's nice little, classic 90s. You are breaking up again, which is odd. I'll just go and...
Me?
Yeah, it's an odd one. Do you want to just do the same again?
Yeah.
It could be me, but I don't know. It did fix it when you went out and came in last time, so I don't know.
I fixed it when I went out and came back in.
That is weird. Yes, do that.
Give me a mo.
I will give you a mo. I will just quiet you there because we're getting a lot of noise. Yeah, Jamie's gone again, guys. So if you did tune in just for Jamie Dykes, just for Jamie Dykes 5 on Twitter, just for Manic_5 on Instagram, he has left the building temporarily. Thank you very much for listening and watching Refreshing on Epstein. I'm sorry you got to look at this joined space. I'm sorting the lighting out. It's a little bit better than it was the other day. Just relax, all right? And I keep squeaking this chair, But give us a subscribe, please, on YouTube. Give us a like everywhere, and we'll make the show a bit better. We'll get a little bit better as we go. That is a pledge of sorts. I always get a little bit awkward when I hear real humans in the distance. But ultimately, I am just talking to myself, which is all very strange, which is nice. I used to have a podcast called Fourth Eye, and it's kind of still out there, but I'm going to rebrand that and bring it back as a shorter thing, by the way. A little 5-10 minute rant. So more news on that. We still... Jet Larrogant's on a bit of a hold at the moment. But UFO Hut, if you're into UFOs, UFO Hut is going strong. Let's bring Jamie. He's now the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein. It must be your end because it fixed it both times. It's an odd one because you just sort of scramble and then you're fine. So I don't know even what scores in that. So maybe restart your computer one day. Who knows? Who's going to get beer first?
You can get beer first if you want to. I got like half a can, so I'm.
Let me just go and grab a can of double hazy then, and you can entertain people for about
double hazy. Go for a double hazy. Morning, shoppers. How the fuck are we today? The ghost of Jeffrey Epstein talking here. And like my old buddy, old pal fucking says, the ex-president of the United States of America, I did not have sexual relations with those young lasses. They did not take it up the sphincter. That did not happen. And like Ghislaine, she took it up the sphincter. She loved that. She did. Carl's back.
Well, he's not quite, but I can't hear him.
Carl's half back. He's half back.
I've got these new funky headphones that you got to wrap around your ears, and I can never figure out what side they go on.
Oh shit!
But they are good.
They come in and out of fashion, or they back, or you just comfier.
They're back, and also when they come, you have to plug the little things in as well. But
ew.
I just got them because I've got these funky Bluetooths, but they kept running out of battery every day, and then you have to charge them. So I thought I'd get some wired ones as well. So that's my exciting headphone news. Well, I'll tell you a little secret about me as well.
Go.
I predominantly sleep listening to white noise. So,
well, literal white noise.
Well, there's a podcast on Spotify called Relaxing White Noise Podcast, and as some of the things on there, they have like plane, spaceship, rain. So it's like different stuff. But I'm obsessed with the plane one, which just sounds like being on a plane, which is just like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That it sounds going through the cat. Yeah.
But yeah, relaxing white noise. I tell you what, it's helped my mental health though, because of the bullshit I have to listen to.
Yeah.
You turn that up, it kind of just gets rid of all that stuff. And it's quite calming. And I'm probably a serial killer because I listen to white noise to go to sleep with.
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
These are actually quite comfortable to wear when I'm asleep, which is odd. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm a psychopath, and sometimes I leave it on until about 11 a.m. as well.
That's okay. It just means you're a human being like the rest of us. The rest of us fucking psychopaths. Let me I'm gonna quickly just jump in the next room just for a sec. Bear with me a moment.
Go get it. I can entertain. And we are sponsored by Brewdog Double Haze, 7.2%. That's what I'm sponsored by anyway, and this will be the cause of what will almost certainly Be a very hungover me in the morning. Even though I have drunk a bit more recently. How is everyone out there? How is everyone listening to Refreshing It, a Non-Epstein? And you can't do me for doing an accent because I don't know what accent that was. So, Refreshing It, a Non-Epstein? It's a bit wanton, isn't it, in a way? Yeah, a little bit wanton. I did forget to talk there, which is odd. I was just sort of wondering if anyone would want to jump on this stream. So we'll see what we can do. Probably not, right? Probably not. Oh, no, now I've gone silent on the podcast, which is never good. That's dead air, Carl. That's dead air. I press Control C instead of Control V. So we'll see what happened there. I will expand this to different comics as well soon because it's always supposed to be chats with comics. I've been on the South Coast quite a bit, in Southampton a little bit, but Portsmouth and Southsea, and I'll be getting some of them on soon. She Wallace should be coming on. I need to organize and do admin and all that stuff, and hopefully then we can sort of help grow this to be a little bit better and a little bit more consistent, because the more you listen to it and the more you engage, the more likely I am to do it as well. So that'll be lovely. Yeah, so me and Jamie will be on Minddog TV tomorrow at 7 p.m, I think. 6 p.m. British time, which I think is 1 p.m. EST Eastern Time US. So definitely check us out there. Matt's been very supportive of us both. We've both been on separately, done quite well on there in terms of views. So they like us. So we're going to go on together, and hopefully we will be getting out there as well. I'll definitely be going out next year, then hopefully in 2023, if Matt hasn't died of being a curmudgeon or being bald or living in Long Island, all three of them fatal diseases, then hopefully we'll both get out there and be gay together. I don't want to say gay. Gay. Let's see how gay I can say the word gay. It's not gay because I'm not having a go at gays. This is what happens when I ramble. I shouldn't be allowed to talk to myself. This is what would be what was Fourth Eye, maybe like the Carl Mann rants or something. This is what this will be, just me ranting into a microphone. There's a dog barking on the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein's end, and I'm going to mute Jamie. There we go, because I should be doing that anyway, because we can hear all his little family drama, can't we? We can, and we shouldn't. And hopefully they can't hear me, because I'm just rambling constantly in some sort of stream of consciousness. I'm now locked in to this ramble, and I don't know what I'm doing, saying, or being. Am I alive? I don't know. Trees, are they the lungs of the universe? Probably, but we are but alone in an endless universe. So if you came here for existential crises, it's the place to be. If there were stats to see when people stop listening to this episode, there might be. It would be around about now, wouldn't it? It would be around about now, but Jamie will return momentarily. So this is the downside doing live. Can't edit this bit out. Also, I'm so lazy. I don't like editing. So when I go into a proper studio space, obviously there will be pre-records for the most part, because the camera quality is going to be mwah. You're going to see how bald I am, how shit I look in person, my little tits, right? But the whole podcast will look better, and Jamie has returned. We will unmute Jamie now. Jamie has been unmuted. That should have unmuted you. Sorry. There we go. It's a bit delayed.
Hi.
And you are a bit scrambled again, but I tell you what, the audio is all right, so we'll continue unless it gets bad. It's fine.
Sweet. Happy fucking days.
Nice. I just rambled for about 4 minutes on nothing and probably made everyone leave.
I rambled on fucking some bollocks. I didn't even remember what I did, but he was gone for like 30 seconds. So I probably shivered them on to the nearest gay bar. I don't know.
Almost out of breath. I used to have a podcast called Fourth Eye, but it's still out there. I'm going to rename it because it's shit and bring it back, but it's just me for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And just talk anything. And I used to talk about shit myself and that kind of stuff. Am I? There we go.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's probably my fucking internet. It's because it looks good my end, so it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got a new internet cable today. I need a new router, whatever the fuck it's called. And I'm Ethernetted in. It shouldn't be slow. I pay for good internet. Am I unfrozen?
Fuckers. You good now? You're okay?
I
can see your face moving.
I got some water in there as well. I'm learning.
Nice. Your learnings.
Because I'm old as well, Jamie. So you got to remember, I'm an old man. So
I'm 35. I'm 36 next May. Let
me tell you, these fucking hangovers, they just get worse and worse and worse.
They fucking do.
Especially when they mix ridiculously strong craft beer with wine, which I'll open in a minute.
Yeah, it's what people say. Oh, I thought you drink it. Yeah, I do. I don't brag the fact that I drink it. I don't make a big thing of it. Say, oh, I drink every night of the week. But you get hangovers. Yeah, I do get hangovers. I get bad hangovers because of what I do fucking drink. It's like, I'm sorry.
So, talk me through your boozing. Is it so you drink most nights? Do you drink like? Are there levels though? Some nights you'll go like here, but most nights you're like leveling it out.
Yeah,
having a few drinks. Yeah,
most night it'll just be a few beers and like a few glasses of wine. And some nights it'll just be a few beers, and then it'll just be like vodka tonics or whatever.
See, in some ways, I'm more of a lightweight now. I get fucked up easy, especially if I mix my drink. I can drink beers, but if I start mixing my drinks, all of a sudden I'll just get fucked up. So
yeah,
I did.
If I introduce the third drink of the night, that's me. If I can stick to 2 drinks. I can mix with 2 things, but I can't mix. I can't do 3 different types of drinks.
3 will fucking kill me. And by the way, I'll blank out as well. And then I got to wake up to the text messages like, you dick. Yeah, I know. Yeah. My mate Dave Jeffries, very funny comedian, had a for his birthday, he wanted to be roasted, like a proper roast of Dave Jeffries. So we did that. We hired out a room in a pub in Bristol. I wrote, you know, it's a really good writing exercise as well. I wrote like 10 jokes. We all got up there, but I miscalculated my boozing. I drank a bottle of wine on the way over, and I had a few beers. And by the time I went up to do my bit, I felt like a drunk ketamine. And it just fucking hit me. And I'm listening to it back because like, those jokes were good, and I'm fucking up. Yeah, and I just fucking... Yeah. Like, did you get it? I'm like just out of my mind.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've got to get... And I'm looking at as well, I went a bit autistic. I've got 15 little cards on the wall, stuck to the wall up there. Because last Saturday, the one before the one gone, I did a roast battle for the first time with Dave Flynn. And then, so we did it at the Hollybush near Birmingham. So we had 4 lots of comics go up and just battle each other. And we've known about it for months, but most of these jokes are written that week. But it's a really good exercise. So maybe we should do something down here as well.
Yeah, roast fucking battle. How do you find the experience?
What you do, you get 2 people that know each other fairly well, but you also make them meet up and you get them to fill out these little forms with stuff that they've done or whatever. And then you make them talk independently. So they get shit on each other. But even you can help each other out with jokes even about you. But I think it's good to have some surprises on the night.
Yeah.
So we wrote 15 jokes about each other. And it was hard to get 15. And I would say about 10 of them were good, but it was really good fun. And just to go and do it. And we got 3 proper judges, like semi-pro judges to come and judge it. And it was so much fun. I just lost out, but it was a good...
you said, it's a good writing exercise and good experience, if nothing else. But it's...
And when you've got those jokes... The jokes that are said about you, you can use them about yourself as well.
Yeah.
Later on, like self-deprecating shit. So, did I ever show you the photo of me dressed as a gollywog?
I really want to see this, though.
Okay, so it was when I was a child. I might point out. So I don't know if I'm not going to put it on the podcast, but let me think. No, so it'll be. I'll send it private. So I'll try and find. David has sent it to me here. So he must have got this off someone else that I sent it to, because like George Willoughby probably. God, we send each other so much shit, dude.
Yeah, it's like I got a fucking mate Craig who just send each other absolute fucking nonsense. It's fucking.
So anyway, I at a school thing in when I was a kid at Church of England school, my mum dressed me up as a gollywog in a box, right?
The fuck.
Not only that, I won a prize and was on the podium.
Right. Nice.
And there are two pictures. One of me on the podium, and one of me just looking bewildered. So I'm going to try and share. But what Dave did, and he did tell me in advance for the roast battle, he got those pictures printed on a T-shirt, did a joke about me dressing as a gollywog, and then ripped his shirt off at the end. So then he won basically because of that. So I'll send this on WhatsApp.
Send it over.
This is just Dave holding up a T-shirt. So it's just the one me being bewildered. He ripped this out on stage and gave me the T-shirt, so I have it now. But see, it's not the actual picture, but it's a picture of the picture. If that makes sense.
Jesus fucking Christ! What the fuck?
Do you know what? Fuck it, guys. Fuck it.
Everyone's like cheering, like fuck. Is this what the fuck?
There's a gollywog in a box, right?
What?
But bear in mind, this is St. George's Church of England School in Amersham, right? Who gave me a prize for this. I'm about 7 years old, by the way, 6 years old. So this is not on me, first of all.
Holy fuck.
For my mum. But secondly, everyone's loving it and I won a prize. So that's how society changes over the years. I'm not saying it's cool, but it is funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And if you look into some of, if you zoom into some of the people, the spectators, they're like,
no, I'll get you the, I'll find the original pictures and send them to you because you can really see them then. It is fantastic.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
So at the end of the roast battle, he ripped off his shirt whilst doing the gollywog bit with a T-shirt on. It's two-sided. It's got both photos on both sides. It's phenomenal. And then he gave it to me. So it's in here somewhere.
That is fucking hilarious. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's not cancel worthy, but it's great though. I love it.
Yeah, you can't cancel something I did when I was 7, guys.
No.
If my mum starts stand up in her 70s, so you might be able to. But yeah, going back to that writing exercise thing, it was such a good thing because I tried to memorize it, but it was hard. Couldn't really. But it was just I literally wrote them down, got them on my phone, got them on a Word document, wrote them on these little fucking these little cards.
Sweet.
Right, different, and they're all on the wall. They're still up there. I love it.
Yeah,
but it just was such a good thing. So it'll be good to do in Wales as well, like a roast battle. Like you get 8 comics, right? And you just get 3 months out, 2 months out. You can go right. We'll do it then. And it was such a good. It went so well. It went so well. It was good fun, and the audience loved it. And it's so brutal. Yeah. By the way, there's a little space we had on these. There's a space on these forms where we said, "Is there anything you don't want to mention?" And we both went. Me and Dave just went, "Go for your life, like go for your life."
Sweet. Yeah, that's what you fucking need. So, did you get any comics that were like, they're looking at I wish I did not tell him this? Or
yeah. There was a couple that had some brutalizations, but in truth, to be fair, they okayed it and they're like, yeah. But you can tell a couple of things were real close to the bone with people.
Yeah, and you can over exaggerate as well. If someone says, "Oh, I did this, that, the other," you just completely go over.
Didn't even have to be real. Like I just made up a load of shit about him being a gay Nazi and stuff. It's just whatever you can make funny out of his appearance or stuff he's done or his fears or anything. Hilarious. I say, like, if my parents were killed by ISIS that week, please just make a joke out of it. Like, go for it. Go for the throat.
Fuck yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Go for the comedy and lighten everything up. But it was we'll do more of them up there and stuff. But it was a real good experience and more of that stuff, please. It's good fun because it's something different to just an open mic as well, isn't it? It's like,
of course it is. Yeah, I mean, you could probably do like a bit of open mic, and then you could just do like the main event, as in just comedy fucking.
Well, what we ended up doing was having we had a host. We got a host, and then we got 1 or 2 people to go up and do 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say it's going to be vague because I started drinking whiskey and beer as soon as I got there because I was really nervous. And by the time I went up, I was on a few whiskeys deep.
Yeah.
Doubles as well. So I had whiskey on stage. And so by the end of like our roast, I was pretty hammered by the time I come off there, which I didn't intend to be as hammered as I was because I was starting to slur. Yeah. But it was good fun there. Hollybush, go to the Hollybush and watch comedy.
Get to the bush of the holly.
Gam to a bush.
So hurt your thumb. Yeah. Oh, nice.
When is everything all right there? There's no thumb off or anything?
Yeah, it fell off, but it'll grow back. It's fine. Or she got another one anyway.
It will. When you get going and when you get your feet under you a bit with some stand up, we'll figure out a way to get you up the bush one night.
Yeah, was it to in Birmingham?
Yeah, it's not quite. It is Birmingham, but it's this side of it, so it's not in the city. It's like the south west. But from here, it's a bit of a drive. But it's just like we'll figure out a way to get up there. Some point next year, I'll be on the road anyway, so we just go. Just zip up there, zip back, and then the car journey is always good with comics. And then the actual venue is very strange. Like you'll feel like you might get stabbed when you see it and walk in. But it's actually very nice. Everyone's very nice, and he only opens for comedy. Like he brought this pub outright. There's no brewery. It's all under the.
Wicked. Yeah,
it's a shithole, but he only opens for comedy and music. That's all he does.
I like your style. But yeah, definitely. In the fucking new year now, I'm just gonna go full fucking swing bollocks. Then I just whatever. Gotta get out. Gotta get it done.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be a hermit anymore.
And I will be getting on the road at some point as well with some wheels. So that's another thing. I can't drink at gigs, so I've got to I use it as a bit of a crutch as well. So it's like, but it'll help for getting around. So there's some gigs that are just out of the way, and it's a fucking ball ache.
Yeah, well, I don't drive full fucking stop. Like I haven't got a fucking license.
Well, I didn't learn till my early 30s, to be honest. So it's like there's plenty of time. Like it's something that's worth doing, even if it takes ages. Just do it. Just have your license.
Right, motorbikes, but not cars. So that's been a while. That's been a couple of years.
As he downs a beer, like fucking I drive motorbikes. Christmas Eve.
I do bikes. All right. I almost fucking died.
I do bikes. I do.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
New year, new me. And there's a few comics though that are doing really well this last year or so.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Seen a bit, right? Come on. There's a few comics that are doing really well on the gig front, and it's nice to see like people you sort of like started with and they just progressed really well and they get good feedback. It's fucking nice. You feel you're like, oh fuck, I wish I could put more effort in. But
like everyone is on their own path as well because you're kind of in it together with people, right? But you also it's just you as well.
Yeah, of course. And
people can take shorter or longer time to start to get progression. I've been going a while now. Like when I get to February, that'll be 4 years. It's like, I got to start doing shit now.
Yeah.
But I did a couple of things this year, like supporting that thing at Edinburgh and stuff. Like, it was really good.
That's big stuff. That's good fucking stuff in the comedy world. It's like it's weird.
Yeah, and this year I hope it will be longer. I can go up for longer and do it, and then find other gigs. So I might come out of Edinburgh this year after doing 10, 15 gigs. So it's just getting done, and then trying to get onto a smaller festival with my own group show. And that's sort of my plans for next year. Like trying to do. Yeah. It's tough. Like it's tough. It's competitive, and it's but don't. It's easy to look at other people and go, "Fuck, why have they got that and not me?" And you always have a little bit of that, because it's like, God, But if it's someone you like or that's doing well, it's always good to go, do you know what? Well fucking done. And also, how do I do that? How do I get that? It's good to be bitter and twisted at people you don't like as well.
Yeah.
I've got those. Yeah. We've all got those. Bitch and moan and go, look at this fucking prick.
Look at this cunt. What the fuck? You can't even fucking tell a joke, but he's fucking further than me at the fucking chain. But they put the groundwork in and they build an audience, they build a thing. It's some people just got something that people want to see. They might not be the funniest comic on the fucking bill, but they do something that works. Resonates with people. We'll do our own thing.
All right, I got around to a weird question. I can't read out the question on it.
Why? They put it on.
Oh no, okay. One of my friends said, "Why is it that only white people do trick shot videos? Whatever that means, like trick shots." And I answered the question, but I can't say what the answer was. But yeah, I agree. It's like white people shit, right? And also, white people shit is stuff like, you know, dangerous extreme sport. So why are you climbing up a 300-foot crane in Russia with no safety harness and slippery shoes on?
Just a GoPro in your
white
fucking
people
head.
Shit. I love it when they die, though, Jamie, and they do die. They do fall off. I've seen a couple where they let go and they're like, or they trying to do, they'll jump down and do pull-ups. And then realize they've got no strength to do that last pull-up.
Yeah.
And they start doing this, and then they just go, and you're like, oh, he died. He died.
The stupid kids.
I've seen some dark stuff as well. So do you know those wingsuits?
Yeah.
They look cool, right? You're flying like a fucking bird. But I've seen some stuff where there's a GoPro on a guy and he fucking hits the floor, dude, because he miscalculates something. He hits the floor at like 250 miles an hour. And all you hear is his death rattle. He's like for about 2 minutes he's just dying. And then you hear these goat bells like ding, 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 ding. Where some goats have just fucking found him, and he's like, ah! Yeah. He's fucking, I don't know if he live streamed it or it's on a GoPro and someone uploaded it, but it's fucking rough. It is rough. You can't see him. You can just see like the camera's now pointed at the material of the wingsuit. It's like all wrapped up in it. You just see the red stuff. You hear the goats. And
I
he's like
the farmer of the goats is the one who found it and decided to like, you know.
Yeah, he uploaded the GoPro to his YouTube channel to make some money. It's like
he's usually like GoProing himself, fucking sucking the goat's milk out straight from the teeth. But he's like, this'll do. This'll do.
Amazing. But I
cares about your white privilege.
I want to skydive, and I probably will at some point, and I'm getting a bit old. And the other thing I want to do is when I go to Brazil is paraglide off a mountain. Now it looks a bit fucking mad. I don't know what you think about that, because it is Brazil. They're slightly slacking on their health and safety as well. Here we go. So here we go. Let me just add this back to the stream super quick. So like be in this sort of situation with a Brazilian.
Okay.
But when you watch the video, you've got to run. There's a mountain with a ramp like that.
Yeah.
And when he says run, you've both got to sprint together off the end of the mountain. So that's the scary bit, right? Is where you go off. Yeah. But then immediately you're like, oh, I'm floating. I'm flying. Around beautiful Rio. So that'll be I don't know.
Amazing.
So I might do that in the next couple of years, and then I might die doing it as well. And there might be another video of me with goats with little bells on, Brazilian goats.
Before you do that, though, just go to like the statue of Christ the Redeemer and just like have really extreme hardcore gay sex, and then just like film it.
I went up that in 2014, and we did zombie Jesus pictures in front of it. Like we thought that was funny, so I've mocked Jesus now, and he might let me die.
Yeah, but he's a nice guy. He fucked a whore, but he's right there. There's a lot of all this. It's like people people who like run on train tops and stuff. All white kids. You know, them ones, the ones who jump on the metro and all that bollocks.
Yeah.
Same. He's got a poncho.
Madness.
Yeah. He's on to fucking something.
You just take it like in a breath, and you're like, you don't even need to burp or breathe. That's what I got today. I'm like, what else will I watch? I don't think I'll watch Once Time in Hollywood over Christmas, but I love it, and I think I've seen it 3 times now.
It's about 5.
I will maybe watch that in the spring to summer. When I first watched it, it was July when it came out, I think, and it was won't go about too much because we always talk about it, but I went to a cinema in Harrow, weirdly. I just got off the train on the way back and got on
Great.
There. Brought 3 big bottles of that fucking Vice beer, whatever it is, from Sainsbury's. Threw in my bag, front row, feet up on the little barriers, didn't give a fuck, and we're just clicking open beers and just drinking them. Oh, I'm watching that movie. Wow.
That's
and I will next year. I will go to that Mexican restaurant that they eat in. I will go.
Fuck yeah! You gotta get in. The one with Pacino would be fucking great, man.
It's still there. It's still there. It's called like El Coyote or something.
Nice.
Because I love a good Mexican. That a good Mexican, and a beer with lime in it or whatnot.
Yeah.
I will enslave myself to whatever your goal is. I'll kill a baby.
Whatever
you tell me to do, I'll do it if you give me a nice Mexican meal and a beer with a lime in it.
Carl will take 3 boosters up the arse for that.
Yeah, or a mojito is another thing you can have a drink with.
Not mojito.
A mojito or a what's the fucking thing? You can have a margarita.
Margarita, yes.
Salt around the rim.
Just make a fucking margarita. I gotta buy some tequila. I gotta make some margaritas.
I want to get some good tequila. There was a nice Mexican in Southampton we used to go to every Wednesday, weirdly. Knew the whole menu, but they did these jugs of margarita, big jugs, all salty as shit. Nice. And they would fuck you up. We'd go out with like 15 of us and get like, we'll have 6 jugs of margarita, please. And we were just like, and you'd also get a Modelo or 2 to get it going, you know?
Yeah.
Nice little beer to slip down there. You got enchiladas, you eat all your shit. You're in there for 2 hours. But those margaritas would fuck you up. They were pretty good.
Yeah. But tequila's a fucking so it's one of those you either like it or you fucking don't. Like I've never had a good tequila. I've drunk tequila, but I've never had a good tequila. So and I know you can get good tequilas.
I drank it here and there when I was young. On my 20th birthday, I went into my local Nag's Head pub, which is now a fucking Italian restaurant. And if I ever become a billionaire, I am buying that place and I'm kicking those fucks out and I'm turning it back into the Nag's Head.
Well fucking said.
My mate, I was supposed to have this big birthday, right? I was always reluctant, even to this day, to invite them to a birthday because this year they really fucked with my head. I invited everyone round, and they go, "Yeah, we'll be there." All my mates, right? And then I phoned one of my drunken mates, and he goes, "Oh, we're in this other pub, like 2 miles away. We'll be down later." And then they just go, "Oh, we're having a nice time here." So it's just me and one mate. I'm like, "Oh, great." So he goes, "Let's get fucked up." So we sat at the little bar, me and him, and he goes, tequila, right? To the landlord.
Yeah.
Drink that. Down. Goes, good. Another tequila. Down. And we sat at this bar and we fucked up about 15, 16 tequilas, right? And let me tell you, I was sick all over my fucking shoes, all over the bar, off the bar stool. And I just applied to work in this pub. I just applied for a job. The landlord came up to me with a mop and bucket and went, "You want to work here? Clean that up."
Well,
it's fair play to him as well, but that put me off tequila for I think 10 years.
Yeah,
10 years.
Yeah, similar story to myself. Only I wasn't in a bar; I was in a house party, and I was just like doing tequilas, lip sick and sucking, and the way you go, and I was fucking ruined, absolutely fucking shit faced. I didn't touch tequila. I think I've had 1 or 2 since then, and that was before I had my daughter. She's 14 now, so that must have been about 17 years ago. And it's like a long fucking time.
And 10 years later, though, I was in a... Oh, sorry, you haven't finished, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, but yeah, I know there's good tequilas out there, and I think I'm ready for it now. Right? Sensible now.
So 10 years later, I was in a bar called the Shooting Star in Southampton, which is still great. And then I gave in. One of my mates got the lemon, she got the salt, and we're like, "Less tequila." And now I can do a tequila. But because I'm a bit of a lightweight now, it will sometimes make me nearly vomit. But yeah, talking of tequila. So in Peru, it's a long story. This fucking weirdo ran this hostel. We ended up in the same bedroom as his. It was weird. But he used to get up every morning. He'd drink tequila and do a bump of Coke. It's an English guy that ended up in Peru. He had this sipping tequila. It's thick, so you can get it here in some places. It's called Cascabel or something. Cascabel. Right. Okay. But you can get a clear, you can get a coffee flavor and a honey flavor, but it's thick, right? So you can just pour it neat and you sip it. It's like drinking honey, I guess, or honey.
Yeah, like a thick liqueur or some shit.
So it's not like you think tequila is. It's beautiful. It's just as strong. So there's that kind of stuff, and then there's stuff like Ron White has got his own tequila, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I
think it's like called Bomb or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. And is it like Patron? Is that a tequila or is that a?
I'm not sure. I think Ron White's is like called Juan or something like that. Yeah.
But there are some pricey ones that apparently are fucking smooth as hell.
High end.
That's
shit.
the shit that you want to get. Like,
Yeah.
just invest in a bottle and just say, look, we're not going to drink all this in one night. It's going to last 6 months or whatever because you're going to do a few little shots. Just spend like whatever it is. Like, it's going to be like 50, 60 plus quid, right? But yeah, no, I agree. When I move and get this bar, yes, I'm going to have a nice bottle of tequila, like an 80, 100 quid bottle of tequila, and it'll be an investment in good time.
Just a fucking sip now and again, like just sniff the fumes once in a blue fucking moon, like
and now and again get a few mates around and you just have like 1 or 2 each, like special occasion.
Yeah.
It's not to do 10 of. You just do 1 or 2, like nice.
Now every now and again, like my father-in-law will like you'll go up there and he'll surprise you with a really nice bottle of brandy, like a bottle of Hennessy, a really good bottle of Hennessy or some shit. You have a sip and it's just like drinking honeycomb. It's just fucking goes down like a fucking dream. But it's like stupidly priced a bottle, so it's like not just the standard Hennessy, but like the Hennessy VSOP or the XSOP or whatever. But now and again, it's like wow, good shit.
Because that night I smashed a bottle of whiskey before the last podcast.
Yeah.
And by the way, can I just say, I'm so glad I didn't, because I would have drunk over half of that. I'm glad the glass is still in my bag and I started using the bag again, but I just put a towel in there. It's like thousands of tiny pieces of green glass in there. I still use it.
Yeah, so you haven't thought about just getting rid of the bag? Because
I have, but I just haven't got time to get one. I forget. And then I'm like, I want to go to the shop. I like my backpack. But it's still there, full of glass. But that day, I was also looking at Tito's vodka, which is pricier. It was like 30 quid or something.
Yeah, that's fucking...
Kreischer has that, right? Kreischer. But so I want to get... My bar will have Tito's. It will have a good tequila.
Yes.
Buffalo Trace, because I like a Buffalo Trace. To me, that's a great bourbon.
But a bottle is fucking brilliant. Beautiful. Get
it for offer. Even if you spend 20-21 on it, it's worth it. And then like, I don't know, maybe like a nice whiskey as well, like a proper whiskey, like a Scottish, like Highlands fucking... I'm shit with whiskey. I used to live with a Scottish guy and he got me into it, but he would always go, or a good Talisker or something, like a good, like 40 quid bottle.
Yeah.
You just have a nice little range of good booze.
Yes, that's the fucking... It's been times where I've had like really good variety of booze, and then it's almost like a blink of an eye. It's like, where's it all gone? The more you got, the more you drink, I find, you know?
Yeah, I can definitely get there, but I want to get to the place where I have a lot in, but I'm not caning it a lot. Like I'll drink it, or I have like another stock that I'll drink more regularly.
Yes,
because I prefer most of the time. I prefer beer or a bit of bourbon or something. I can see myself getting into cocktails, like nice cocktails. So I don't know.
Yeah, I had a nice delivery. I got some Bacardi, I got some Campari, I got some fucking vermouth, I got gin, I got some all the ingredients to make a good Christmas cocktail with. Negroni is the fucking boy, but you gotta take it easy. You gotta take it easy. Don't be a dick. Don't act like a big guy. Don't smash it on your fucking neck thinking you're a hard man. Because
the problem is with Stanhope used to drink him, right, and then all of his fans would start drinking him at 11 a.m. like he would, and it's like it's a no, don't. By the time you get to the show at 8 o'clock, by the time I come on at 9 o'clock, you're gonna be fucked. Like, you're not gonna have a good time.
You just need to enjoy the fucking night. Anytime I've gone to watch, like I've seen stand-up now twice, and always seen him 3 times. Yeah, twice I've seen him. Sorry, yeah. You just don't act like a fucking maniac. Just sip. Just treat it like you would treat anything else. Just
in Cardiff. I had a pint. I had a pint or two at the Eli Jenkins, whatever it is, in the Bay, because we're in the Glee. Pint or two in there with a couple of comics. Then I went into the Glee, and then we started drinking in there while the show was on, because he didn't have an opener, so we got a couple of jugs. And by the end, I was fucked up, but I wasn't going in fucked up.
You didn't rock up fucked up. You just,
Yeah, and then you're more likely to get thrown out, right?
Yeah, he's not like you're not going to impress him by turning up rat ass. You're just going to fucking be. You're just going to be disruptive, or you're not going to listen to what the fuck he says. You're going to be stupid.
On his podcast the other day, he was talking about a girl at one of his shows who was on her phone all the time, and he kept stopping the show, and he was sick, and he was like, "Can you please get off your phone?" And she was like, "I'm talking to." He's like, he goes, "I don't give a fuck," and it went on, and she didn't get it.
Yes. Yeah. She did not fucking get it. I got tickets to watch him in St. David's, as I mentioned. Like next, I think it's March now. He's playing in St. David's. And I love him, but I haven't got the hype as I did because he's in St. David's. I don't know why.
Is it quite big?
I'm thinking it's not going to be like as.
Well, I'll tell you what. I saw him at the Glee, right, and I was like, because I used to work there. I said to the guy that was seating people, I said, "Give me a good seat."
A better venue.
And he gave me a seat and some other comics 2 rows back, but at the side. We were like 8 to 10 feet from Stanhope on this little stage, right?
Yeah.
My mate was serving him drinks. Luke, I used to work there. He's like vodka and soda. So as Luke was going behind the curtain to the stage, I was punching him through the curtain and stuff. So it was like, having a bit of fun. Yeah. But that was such a good experience. But my friends in London saw him at like maybe the Hammersmith Apollo or somewhere. It's a bigger venue. But they said
Apollo years ago,
But they said it was really fucking good. And I think that's where I've got tickets to, because I didn't get the St. David's ones. Because when those tickets come out, we got ours on the same day. But I got London because 2 of my friends had tickets for there. So we won't sit together, but we'll be out together, and then we'll probably party or whatnot. But I think, that's put back to maybe early April, I think. So maybe it's like a week after the Cardiff one or something. But I can't wait to see him. Louis C.K. will be in the UK next year.
Oh, fuck, shitballs. Is he really?
So, yes. So he hasn't announced them, but there will be a world tour.
Yeah.
Because he tried coming here a few years ago, and those fucking protesters stopped him from Manchester. They stopped it.
Me Too shit, yeah.
So he did a tour in like... He did it, but this might be the only opportunity I get to see him live.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, I will get some tickets, and I'll just pay for it, and we'll see what happens. If they're expensive, I'm paying for them. But it will be like, it'll probably do the Hammersmith, or maybe he could even do the O2 if he wants. But I hope that it's something like either the O2 second room, because they got a different room that's smaller, or somewhere like an Apollo where it isn't too crazy. It's big, but it's like small enough. And but Chappelle did Hammersmith, but he did 7 nights running, right?
Yeah, he did like a fucking full-on week, didn't he, Chappelle?
Yeah. But that's the right move. They were so expensive, but that's the right move, though, because rather than him being in an arena, which I don't think comedy should be in an arena.
No, it just sounds fucking shit.
Get it in like, because I saw Tom Segura there, and it's like, I don't know how many, it's like a few thousand. It might even be 5,000 or something, 4,000. Yeah. But it's a pretty good venue, and they'll still have a great time. So I hope it's in that level, like an Apollo.
Yeah. Fingers fucking crossed.
We'll see. But whatever happens, even if I have to kill a baby, I will be seeing Louis C.K. next year.
Yeah. I'll sacrifice a few babies for that. It'd be great. So, Louis C.K.'s he's a must. I gotta watch C.K.
I think he is our, honestly, I would say he's our like Pryor or Carlin. Like he is that good. Like, he's going to go down legendary. He was up for a Grammy for his last album off that last special from last year. Yeah. So you can see that even the industry is like going, oh, he's still pretty funny though, isn't he? So...
He's still pretty fucking good. But he didn't like he didn't really like, he didn't attack anyone. He didn't rape anyone. He didn't force anyone.
Yeah, we all went over this, but the people who have their opinions will never change them, right?
Yeah.
So the people on I mean, oh, is that all right?
Yeah.
To break anything.
My shit from work off.
In all honesty, it's not the best look for like 2 white men to be sat here going, he didn't do anything. Yeah. But I don't think he did. I agree. But the people who think he didn't, or the people who think he did, they're never going to change their opinions. They're in those camps, right? So
yeah,
it's like even arguing about it is kind of like, oh god, it's just good. But I think he'll be fine. You're right. I mean, everything seemed whatever. He's still a great comedian. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
You still haven't seen the special from last year, then?
No. The last CK special I saw was the Netflix one, 2017. I think I've seen bits of his special. What did you do it to? Small venue. One of his comebacks was a small venue, wasn't it?
Did a comeback that got leaked, and then he did this. So this was last minute. So what was happening was he was supposed to do a big thing in Boston, and then COVID started shutting down everything, right? So he literally went, I'll do it this week. Get me a venue. We'll film it in one thing, which comics never do. They'll do it in four shows now. We'll do it in one show and we'll go for it. And that's what he did. And so he put it out super quick on his own website. I own it. I paid a $5 or whatever it was. So I own it somewhere so I can send it to you.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. It's good. It's not, I would say, like ranked in all of them, it's not his best, but it's pretty good, especially considering, because by the way, he worked to build an hour and he threw it all in the bin because it got leaked on YouTube by some fucking blogger.
Oh, fuck.
So, some blogger, I still haven't listened to that version yet. Some blogger who basically went there to dox him or whatnot.
Yeah.
But then then if you listen to the recording, the entire audience is laughing and having a great time.
Yeah.
No one's complaining or crying. It's because he had stuff about school shootings and stuff. But when I haven't heard the audio, but the text of the joke is great. I don't know. I'm not going to do it justice, but it was something like when the kids were on TV, said we're going to take away gun rights because of school shootings. Like, why should you have a say just because you were too fat or scared to like get in front of the shooter or something like that? I'm fucking it up, but it was like, why should we listen to you fucking pussy loser? You're like hid under a table. But the way Louis would do it would be infinitely better.
Yeah.
And if you let him do it for 6 months and then film it, it would be such a good bit on a special. But he threw it all in the bin because it got leaked on YouTube. And he's like, well, but so he wrote this hour in like 6 months and filmed it. So it's like,
some little fucking.
But his opener was just like, did anyone else get in global amounts of trouble recently? Like, it just soon as he walked out. So it like broke the ice. And everyone's like,
yeah. That's fucking great, though. That's the way to fucking just address it fucking head on and just fucking.
And then towards the end, he goes, I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't apologize. And that also angered people that he didn't really apologize. Like,
yeah.
But no, he just said if you ever want to ask someone to jerk off in front of him, you just don't. You just don't do it, even if they say yes.
Just don't fucking do it. Yeah, because he would have obviously his marriage, I'm assuming, fucking broke down and.
Well, no, he was already. I think he was already going through a divorce.
Right.
But it was. He lost a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost the film. A film that I think he's low key just shot a movie. By the way. I think I heard some other comics talking about it, like Joe List and stuff. So I think he's just low-key shot another one, which I imagine will go on his website or YouTube.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it because he had that film called "I Love You, Daddy," which got cancelled with him. But then you're cancelling all the other young comics that he's given a job for that are in that movie, and all the crew and everyone that was involved in it. It's like, well, no one's getting anything from it now. It's like,
no one's getting fuck all. Yeah. Fucking cancel culture, cancer culture.
Yeah, it's madness. But it all seems a bit fucked. Even to talk and moan about it seems hack. It's like, it's not going to change. You're gonna get idiots on one side, reasonable people on the other.
I mean,
I think so.
Burning on a bit now. It's like...
Louis and Chappelle got nominated for Grammys whilst Chappelle's being cancelled and Louis was cancelled. It's not real. And then obviously Shane Gillis and comics like that.
Yes.
Just putting their specials out on YouTube and having way more success. So it's like, okay, we'll try then and we'll do our own thing.
Try a fucking own little way. Yeah. Yeah, it's a different fucking world, but I do think it seems to be dying down a bit now. The embers are fucking starting to burn away.
Yeah, and that's all it. I really don't think the idea of it didn't come from a bad place. The idea of it is like, can we? Because we have moved on, even in comedy, right? You wouldn't.
Yes.
You watch Eddie Murphy, and you wouldn't like. There aren't comics who would come out opening with the stuff that he's saying, like at the beginning of those special stuff. But it's still great, and he's still a legend.
Well, yeah, but even stand-up, even some of the things he said and done, he wouldn't even come out now and say that.
Yeah, and like, but you accept that. Go, okay, that was then, and you can't try and cancel me for something I did 15 years ago in terms of what we say. But comics should still be pushing it a bit. They should still be going, I'm going to push this line a little bit. Whatever the line is now, we should be pushing it. Not what it was 40 years ago, because then you're just hitting women and it's fine.
Yeah, just find whatever the thing is now and just sort of like progress.
Don't be over scared. Like, oh, we can't even talk about that subject. No.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Chappelle doing in like what he's done in his last few specials. He's touched upon it, but with the clothes, he just literally fucking brought it right fucking home.
Yeah, I mean, what?
It did not come from a place of hatred at all. It's just someone just trying to understand and just trying to fucking relay a message of.
At the same time, though, he did know that by doing that, it would cause a fucking hoorah. So
there's the but with the capital B, but he did sort of have an idea as to where that was going to go. But if he knew that, but doesn't mean he was wrong to say what he said because he knew the consequences of his words and actions. You know,
and he's wrong. The one thing I'd say about Chappelle, he's a fucking genius. But if he does something about that in his next special. Just don't bother, just don't bother. Because it's 3 in a row now or 2 in a whatever. It's like, we know. Just leave that now. I would just leave that and do something completely different. Not telling Chappelle what to do.
He didn't say, like, the end of the special, didn't he? He said, I'm not going to joke about this anymore until I know that we're all laughing. And then a few weeks later, he was doing a gig with Rogan somewhere. And then he made a little poke at that joke. But I think the poke of that joke wasn't about LGBT, trans, or whatever community. It was about the way the previous show, The Closer, went. And I think he was trying to address the fact and simply say, look, I will have a civilized discussion with anyone from that community, but you're not going to fucking summon me to where we discuss it and how we discuss it. It should be an open conversation.
Yeah. No, I agree, and it should, yeah. But yeah, whatever. Chappelle's great. I don't like really criticizing specials and stuff in any way because knowing comedy, obviously, I watch a lot of it live. But specials could never really get what it is in the room, and comedy is about being in the room and being live. So it's like even for me to go, oh, this special is better than that. I saw Burr's tour in 2016. It was phenomenal. When he released a special that year, it was like Walk Your Way Out. The special didn't get over how good that show was.
Yeah.
It was a bit different as well. But when I saw the one that he recorded in London when I was there at the filming, it did, because he basically took that show and put it on that show, and it was pretty fucking good. Chappelle's Sticks and Stones is probably his best, in my opinion, his best like comedic.
Phenomenal
thing, really good. But that's why I don't even like saying, "Oh, this is better than that." It's like they're all fucking good. I'm sure seeing him live is amazing.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
And even the specials that got me into Louis, when I watch him now, I'm like, I don't find him as funny. But then it's probably because I have seen him 15 times, and again, comedy's moved on again. But it's like, they're still classic, like Louis C.K. Shameless, Louis C.K. at the Beacon Theatre. That era, 2010, 2012, fucking
Louis at the Comedy Store as well is good one.
Yeah, I really like it because he went a bit surreal with that, and he when he came up before he was famous, he was all about being surreal and a bit, because he's like the Batman joke and stuff, right? But then he went talking about his family and divorce, and that's what blew him up, right? And that's why every other comic started doing it, which was around the Shameless stuff. But it's like the N-word joke is amazing, it's phenomenal. I hate the N-word. Not, by the way, the phrase the N-word.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's a white bitch getting away with saying it on TV.
yeah, and he actually uses the word.
He does, but then the way he uses it at the end though is great because it's like I used the N word the other day. It wasn't racist, and then he talks about the guy in the coffee shop.
Yeah,
it's such a good bit. Weirdly, at my first ever open mic in Swansea, some new comic, I could never remember his name, went up and did the entire Louis C.K. N-word bit as his act.
What the fuck?
Like, I remember sitting at the back with like Ignacio and stuff, and everyone going, "That's Louis C.K. That's Louis."
Yeah,
and he just did the whole thing, including, by the way, saying the word. It's like
what
we're like, "Oh my god, like, what are you doing?"
Why would you think you get away with that?
Not only are you stealing someone else's material,
yeah,
you're like going up and just saying that at an open mic on your first. Like...
yeah, it's like I know for a fact, right? I could probably do a gig right tomorrow in Caerphilly, and I could probably pull off. I could probably just reiterate stand-up set, and I know hardly no one will know it. They'd be like, "Oh fuck, this is great," but you just wouldn't do it, would you? You just don't.
It made you feel weird, and then you don't know who's in the fucking room as well. It's like there could be one person at the back.
You're gonna get maybe one or two, but then you get the rest of the audience are gonna be like, "This is fucking great. This is original as shit. Happy days." But you just don't fucking do it. Point being is like CK is more mainstream than stand-up. You just don't do it. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, it was his first time, and so I don't know. I don't know if he ever did comedy, and I can't remember his name. And said it was nearly 4 years ago, and I was drunk.
Unless it's part of his joke, maybe thinking, "Fucking, you know what? I'm not a star. I'm not gonna write my own material. I'm just gonna riff Louis CK and like
maybe
like a cover artist. Who cares?
Maybe he was just hammered, and he thought, "I'm gonna go and do this."
Yeah, and which fucking, fair play to the guy that's his.
He come off after, and I think I said to him is like, one, you can't really do that, but secondly, fair play. Like fair play for getting up and saying that. Like if you've never been on stage before
and just doing it, yeah. But then what like if people do karaoke, so why not do karaoke fucking stand up? One of the things I thought would be good to do would be, stand up karaoke. That'd be fun. I mean, just pick a couple of comments,
favorite bits,
providing people know this is not original material.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to do in a room. And the other thing I thought, the other thing is like not even famous comics, but like you get a bunch of you and your mates, and you all do each other's bits, like and do the impression of each other and stuff as well. Because we all see each other's sets.
It'd be fun,
something different, but it's like not claiming it's your own though. It's like
this bit is from whatever, and fucking this is the stand-up show, and fucking it's just fun. The best of so and so. So I did this years before I even got into fucking doing stand-up comedy. I did try and do the Sean Rouse bit of the tsunami joke. Do you know that one?
Which one? Oh, the tsunami.
Yeah. I was in a tsunami morning.
Rouse has got some great jokes.
Fucking great, mate. Hilarious.
He used to play Bill Burr on Junior Stopka's Lap, right? He would be his ventriloquist puppet.
Yeah. Just take this fucking lap and just fucking
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, because he was like Sean Rouse looked like fucking Voldemort in his dying days, didn't he? Like
it wasn't a healthy man, obviously.
The poor cunt, but but what a fucking some of the thing, really dark and fucking absolutely fucking the mind of a mental case. But
I need to find more of his stuff. I haven't seen too much of it. I assume there's quite a few clips online somewhere. Is there?
Yeah. If you Google Sean Rouse, Opie and Anthony, that's fun.
Oh, he's on O&A.
Yeah.
I might have even heard him because years ago an
8-minute bit of him. Andy Amris is on that show as well.
Years ago, I found a load of old O&As, mainly because I was on a Louis rabbit hole and I found all the Louis episodes. And they're probably still on YouTube, and they're so good. You just listen to hours of them on K something or other, KLX or whatever, and then they'd switch to Sirius XM at like 11 a.m. So they'd have a couple of hours on standard radio, and they were pushing it a bit, and then they would switch to Sirius.
Yeah.
But they would walk over to the Sirius building, but they would record themselves walking over, and they would fuck with homeless people and stuff on the way.
Yeah.
But then Louis would walk his kids to school, and on the way back he would pop into Sirius, and then he would sit in there for 2 hours. So you get Louis, Norton, O&A, and then whatever guests they have on. They were phenomenal.
Yeah. Sorry, I think Opie and Anthony. That I think the one with Rouse at the 8-minute segment. I think it was a HBO thing. I think it was a Jim Norton live thing.
Oh, okay.
So not Opie and Anthony. Sorry, it was Jim Norton. Sorry, yeah. He done like years ago. Yeah, it was like a HBO fucking series, and they had.
I'll find it, pal. I'll find it.
It's good stuff.
It's good to talk. It's good to talk. BT. It's good to talk.
BT,
Bob Hoskins.
You're gonna come around your life, so we're gonna fucking lay some wires down.
Bit of Bob Hoskins BT advert. If anyone remembers that.
I don't remember the Bob Hoskins BT advert, but I know Bob Hoskins.
He did a run of BT in the 90s. I think it's like BT. It's good to talk.
Nice. Oh fuck yeah! I'm having flashbacks. BT.
I can't quite remember any details of them, but yeah, you'd have.
Is that Bob Hoskins, the voice?
I'm sure. He did it for a while, and then obviously BT became O2, and O2 hired Sean Bean, who's like, O2. The best. It's like O2, not the best a man can get. It's Gillette, but it's like O2. What was the phrase?
My sons are northern bastards, but you can get the best talk from O2. You bastard.
O2. I got mushy peas. So should you.
Mushy peas. And I played Sharp on the TV program.
I die in everything I fucking do.
You're a bastard, Jon Snow. Because he was a bastard.
Love a bit of Bean. Yeah, my dad used to watch Sharp, and I never really got into it. But I did watch bits of it. But I would watch it now. I think. Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Me and my brother used to watch Sharp quite a bit because back in the old days,
they did a few. They did
shitty TV, crap signal. Great.
Didn't they do like 2 or 3 or 4 series, and they're all different wars and stuff? Like Sharp's War, Sharp's somewhere.
It was the same war, but every episode was like I think they had like 2 or 3 episodes that might have had like the same sort of story arc, and then they would go on to something else and something like that. I mean, I was very young. I was like fucking 12, 13 when we watched them. But we used to fucking love them. Me and my brother used to go to bed. I think it was on a Sunday. Sharp was on. We just chuck it on
Sunday night, because I remember my mum doing the ironing, my school uniform, and I'm waiting to go back to school.
Yes,
it was on like at 9 o'clock on whatever it was.
You'd have like Heartbeat on at fucking like 7 or whatever.
Heartbeat, baby kisses me.
Green grass.
We're 2.5 hours in. We started singing, so
and we started singing the fucking Heartbeat. Yeah, Sharp was on like a Sunday night, and I used to love Sharp, man. It was great, really fucking good. But I might. What else we used to like as well? Soldier. Soldier.
My love, my darling, I'm good. Oh, yeah. This is just like watching this now. Is just like, listen to this. Is just like watching Get Back. This is Lennon McCartney.
Touch this.
I watched Soldier. I don't remember too much about it. I remember Robson and Dre, obviously, but I remember then they did the Unchained Melody. And then they did a follow-up song, which not a lot of people remember, called Up on the Roof. It is like, Up on the roof,
when this whole world starts getting me down.
For some reason, I knew the little dance.
Yeah, a little jiggy. They made a full album.
I remember, no one really listened to that whole album, apart from some mums.
No one did.
Those 2 singles. I remember in Soldier, there was a guy training for the SS, but he had a heart attack while running up the road. He had a backpack on, and then he had a heart attack.
Fuck him. Yeah.
Yeah, Soldier. But and then Sunday nights were all about Heartbeat.
London's Burning.
London's Burning back in the fucking day, and then you're gonna
Way
have.
back,
By the way, all firemen are lazy, so let's not make them heroes. They just sit around. Jamie, when was the last fire you saw? You don't see fires. You don't see fires anywhere.
I saw flames on a steak I cooked a few weeks back.
Yeah,
but
there aren't any fires. What are firemen doing? Nothing. Maybe road traffic accidents, maybe. Cutting people out.
Yeah, RTCs and the like. But
but there aren't any fires.
No, there was a cat stuck up the tree last week, Carl, end of my street, and they were like, phone the fire brigade. Right?
Listen,
a rock and threw the fucking thing. Cat fell down.
Plug sockets stopped catching fire in the early 90s, right?
They did, mate. They fucking
It doesn't happen. They're safe.
Doesn't happen.
Do anything.
Who needs fucking firemen? Carl, I know who needs firemen. Children in need firemen. Who else is going to collect all those?
So they can say things like, "I want to be a fireman." Now, if anyone wants to try and cancel me for that later on, when they look back at this, I was just tired when I said that. I want to be a fireman.
We'll be a fireman. Oh, speaking of which, true story. A couple of years ago, I wasn't in the car, but I believe, and this is like,
but I killed a boy.
Told me this story verbatim, and I'll say it verbatim as well. She was driving from Asda after filling up the car with petrol, and then she just hit the lights, and this was just before Children in Need, and she stopped the car, reversed back because it was some hot fucking firemen collecting change for Children in Need. So she almost caused an RTC just to reverse back and give a couple of fucking guys who don't do nothing anymore, Carl, for fucking Children in Need. Dangerous bitch. Yeah.
Hot fire. Why are women attracted to firemen? Most firemen are fat, overweight arseholes who just sit around eating bacon sandwiches, waiting for the bell to ring. They can't even slide down a pole anymore because that's illegal. Health and safety. So they just walk into the fire engine and go, "Are we needed?" No.
These won't work because she decided to, slam the brakes on a fucking reverse, like onto oncoming traffic, just to give money. They must have been like Magic Mike kind of fucking dudes, which
not models, not real.
Yeah, but I see what she did, and I endorse that shit. I endorse that.
Just making a note of that so I can attack firemen next time I do a comedy gig.
Or Robson and Jerome, who was also in Game of Thrones, along with
Yes, he was. I don't think he worked between Soldier and Game of Thrones. I think it was just his entire career.
He didn't meet. No, I don't think he did meet it. To be honest with you, but he transformed himself. But he had didn't he? Surely. But he was married to fucking whatever the fucking name was. Lannister, bitch, woman.
It was Bronn, wasn't it? Was he Bronn?
Bronn.
No, it wasn't Bronn. Was it Bronn?
No,
yeah.
No, Bronn was the kid who got crippled, wasn't he? No, Bronn?
No, Bran. I think it was Bronn. He was like the shit house, like mercenary, wasn't he? Like,
yes, he was that mercenary guy. Yeah. Oh, I like him. Yeah.
Give me a castle and I'll do it.
Yes. All right, mate. Give me a Nuki Brown. I'll go in there now, man. Cocking first.
Oh, we have got the singing episode.
My darling, I've hungered for your touch.
So Sunday nights for me were all about cheese sandwiches and stuff.
Yes.
Sunday tea, right? Cheese sandwiches or whatever they were.
Yeah.
Picking at like pork pies or whatnot, cup of tea, and then my mum was ironing my school uniform, and the smell of that still hits me. And then Heartbeat was on, I reckon. So Heartbeat was on at like 7:30.
It was on early.
All that was happening. Yeah, I've had my bath, my Sunday bath, and then I've got out and eaten my sandwiches. Yeah, watching a bit of Sunday telly with my mum and dad. Nice.
It's the fucking way forward, yeah. And I remember, Mr. Kimpling apple pie with custard on top, chuck in the microwave, 30 seconds, done. Who needs a big old fucking cake? I
never did that, but talk about microwave stuff. Do you remember microchips?
Yeah. Microchips.
I used to love microchips. Because before we got a microwave, our neighbour got a microwave, right? This was a, you know. But so when I used to go to my neighbour's house, she would cook me microchips. But I would open them up, cook them, and then cover them in vinegar, like it'd be drowned in vinegar.
Yeah, just drown the bastards. Yeah.
When you look back, they were like £1.80 or £2 for a box of microchips, and then you would get about 8 chips in it. You wouldn't get many.
Nothing in there. Yeah. You cut out. Hello.
There we go, scaling it.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah. You're back.
So, something weird happened, right? Like it kicked you off this monitor. Then my Ethernet cut off, and I switched to Wi-Fi. And then, anyway, it's all over. We're back, and I'm back full screen, which is nice.
Microchips.
Okay.
Chips
we had technical
box.
issues. You had 8 to 9 chips in a box. But it was the fact that they were cooked in a microwave that was the novelty. But really, you were just eating like radiated. I don't even know if that was potato. Even it was radiated stuff. Soaked in vinegar.
Great,
but they were. So they were in a black box, but I seem to remember a purple box that maybe was a different flavor.
I remember the black box, but I don't remember the purple. I remember the black box.
I never had the purple box, but I remember it from the. I don't know, just from the supermarket and stuff. But yeah, there we go. Microchips.
Who I used to go to his house all the time because he was like he was a spoiled little brat and he had everything, the fucking the pellet guns, the gat guns, the fucking works. But his parents, right, would like would always shop. This was like fucking back in like, I don't know, mid-90s, right? And I'm pretty sure he was one of the first people who would dine on like Lidl's or Aldi's or the first, like, you know, cheap food stores, but good fucking food. Like, and they used to have these. You mentioned microchips. This is why it brought back memories. They used to have these little boxes of chips, individual little, like a McDonald's box of fries, little individual pouches for each chip, and they had like fucking cheese in there as well. Mate, they were fucking incredible.
Wow.
And I remember going back to my mum. He gets these, they buy this stuff from these shops. They were like, oh, my mother was like, I ain't buying this fucking cheap person's food. I was like, Mum, no, but it tastes great. And there's more for your buck than micro fucking chips. No. If it's not McCain's, it ain't a chip. It's like, well, it is. This shit is good, man. And it was beautiful. And I'm sure it was like Aldi's or Lidl's, but like when no one fucking knew these places existed. You know what I mean?
I tell you what I got last night. I got an Uber Eats because I got those 30% off whatnot. I got a Wingman. The bag's still here.
Yeah.
The bag's just behind my monitor. I threw it behind my monitor. Don't know if you've ever had them, but sometimes they're okay and sometimes they're not. But I got a discount, so I got a bag of tater tots, which I've never known what they were, but Americans always talk about. I'm like, tater tots. All they are, they're mini hash browns.
Yeah, hash browns. Right? Yeah.
I got a bag of them. I got a box of buffalo wings, and I got a box of barbecue bourbon wings. Nice. Like, they're tiny, but the flavors are really nice. So I just, by the way, it came at 11 p.m. So I just that was my dinner last night. I stuffed that shit in my face right before midnight. And Wingman, recommend. They also they didn't have it on the menu last night, but they do a dirty fries as well, where it's like fries, chili, peppers, and all shit on it.
I like that. I like dirty fries. I love dirty fries. Love dirty fries.
Jamie, you haven't had a Bombers, have you? This is just reminding me.
I have, mate. No, I need a Bombers in my life. You talked about that sandwich place before. I need
Let me tell you this. In December, they have got their Christmas sandwich. I think I showed you it before, but now it's out. And they only sell it in December, obviously. But they've been posting pictures of this year's one. Because before, I think we had a generic. I'll bring this up in a second. Oh, my God. People have been posting it everywhere. This has got to be it. So it's obviously been... here we go. If I just got no porn up again. Okay, that's great. Let me bring this in.
Take away the porn.
This is a customer photo of their Christmas sandwich. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Now, is that or is that not a sandwich?
Oh, mate.
So you got fucking roast potatoes in there, mate.
Broccoli in there as well.
Let me tell you this: there are pigs in blankets in there. Right, it's full of gravy.
Holy fuck! It looks like a proper like French crusty roll. Like
you can get it in that, but I think I had it in this more sort of this hoagie sort of a more oval shaped thing. They do it in a different formats. I've had it not last year, obviously, because of COVID, but the 2 years before I used to get it at work. My God. Oh, mate. It's like $6.50 or something, but I tell you what, what a sandwich! So if you get a chance to get into town in December, go down to Bombers and get one of those bad boys.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pick one of them bad boys up. Last time we podcasted, we were talking about Bombers, and I was like, wow. And then we organized a piss up, and I thought we were going to get one that day, right? Yeah. Italian. We had food. Me and Keely before I met you, and it was mate, they're not class.
But the normal sandwiches, they do like sticky chicken because every day they change the menu because it's all fresh. They do sticky chicken. There's something called Perk Bomb chicken, which I have ghost chili sauce on. Let me tell you, after eating any of that, I am sat on that toilet for hours. But I tell you, the mouth pleasure is worth the arse pain. They do it in a wrap. They do it in different size rolls. I get a big boy roll, which is a roll that's so big. The halves of it come in separate bags. So it's like a big sandwich is half of it, and then you get another one. Granary bread, big boy, whatever they do with all the sauce on it. It's like a Subway, but with fresh ingredients, like proper ingredients. Like,
dirty.
Honestly, if I ever leave Cardiff, that's one of the main things I'll miss is Bombers. I don't think there's a sandwich shop like it anywhere else.
Nice. I gotta try. Maybe we'll post one to you, or get a 3D print, and I don't know, do it that way.
One out and stick up your ass. Yeah, exactly. I'm almost out on my double hazel, which means I'm almost ready. If you want to keep the podcast going, I'm almost ready to crack open a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I gotta have some food in a bit, but yeah, we're gonna another beer.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I haven't had dinner. So we'll eat in a bit. But have I got dinner? I've got. Do you know what? I'm going to cook a frozen pizza at 11 p.m. That's what I'm going to do.
Fuck it, do it. Yeah, I made a pie. I'm gonna fucking have a pie in a bit, motherfucker.
That'll be good. So is your entire family eating, and you've got to like slough it down at 11?
Yeah. Well,
what's happened?
Keely just got back from work now. Kid's 8, so it's just me and Keely got to eat now in about fucking whenever. So boil up some fucking vegetables. Fucking sweet. Chuck on some green beans and away we fucking go.
So you have just obviously lied to her and said, I've been looking after the kids. Everything's been under control for the last few hours.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
I haven't just been drinking on the internet.
No, I done everything before fucking this podcast started. Everything was done. Their food was cooked and all fucking solid. But bear in mind, I got a 14-year-old daughter who's like more like mentally advanced than I am at 35 years of age.
Get her on cooking duty next time.
Boy, who's smart as fuck as well. So it was like, yeah, cool. But I cooked their food. She made herself mac and cheese yesterday. It was some left today. She had that. He had chicken Kiev with some beans and some fucking waffle. That's what he wants. That's what he gets.
Listen, you cannot knock a Kiev. They're so easy to cook. They're fucking beautiful. Whatever they are, chicken, garlic, whatever. Exactly, just slice that bitch open, get that buttery shit out, and shove it in there.
Yeah, motherfucker. I cooked it for him. She microwaved her own fucking mac and cheese that she cooked yesterday. Boom, fucking sorted. Keely coming from work now. There's a pie in the oven. Good to fucking go.
The pie in the oven. By the end of the night, might be a bun in the oven after this drinking.
Who knows?
I am gonna go and get a bottle of wine.
Get a bottle of wine. I'll hold the fort. I'll have a beer, and then we'll have food. Yeah, we'll have one more. Fuck it.
Hold the fort for a second. You know, spread the word of Jesus.
Please spread the word of Jesus. I am David Koresh incarnate, ladies and gentlemen. The Koresh of La Davids. We've been drinking. What the fuck have we been drinking? Isla fucking Negra. That's not a racial fucking slur. It says, Isla fucking Negra. All right, but fucking lovely fucking stuff. Tomorrow, me and Carl are going to be on the Mind Dog TV podcast. That's Mind Dog TV podcast. Mine's best friend with Matt Napo. You can find him on Twitter as at Nate Kelp. He's fucking hilarious in himself. Great fucking host on a podcast. Fantastic guy. Sweet guy. One of the fucking sweetest guys I've ever fucking spoken to, actually. Really cool. And he plays guitar as well. He's in a band. I think the Rockin' 45 or something. He's fucking sweet dude. Top guy. We got a good friend of ours as well, Ken Harris from America, who's retired FBI agent. He got a fucking book out lately, which is going great. The Pine Barrens Stratagem. He's a great fucking author. I'm about halfway through the fucking book. I got to start from the beginning and then work my way through it from the fucking start because I've had nothing but interruptions while I'm trying to listen to it on Audible. But I'm also going to buy the actual book as well because sometimes some things need to be physically read as opposed to sat down and listened to on fucking Audible. But so far was so good. Distractions in life keep you from fucking doing things 24/7, like listening to Audible books, like stupid kids and dogs and shit. So far it's a great fucking listen, but I am going to buy the book. That's Ken Harris, and that's the Pine Barrens Stratagem. Pine Barrens fucking episode from The Sopranos as well. The Pine Barrens, an episode where Paulie and fucking Christopher got lost in the Pine Barrens, the woods, after hunting on that fucking Russian dude, which was a
bleeding asshole didn't seem.
Buy the book, people. Buy the book. Carl's back.
But now I guess my colon cancer is yay.
I hope so. I'm gonna go and get a drink now, Colonel. You're back.
I'll hold the fort. I am looking at a picture of a Christmas bomber sandwich, but there we go. That's can't say fairer than that, can I? I've left my fucking drink in the kitchen like an alcoholic. I'll go and get it when he comes back. Thank you very much for sticking by. If you've made it to 2 hours and 41 minutes into Refreshing Non-Epstein number 35, please tweet at Non-Epstein. Please tweet at Carl_Mann. And or at Jamie Dykes 5. Shit, that's worse. That's the worst username than Carl_Mann. Oh. Let us know. Engage with us like Matt Nappo did tonight. We wanna know if you're enjoying the conversation. And do you know what? Whoever you are, if you're a bit weird, you're entertaining, you can come on. Jump on sometime. Come and get involved in the conversation, even for a few minutes, especially if you're naked. You're going to come on for a few minutes. Yeah, don't be naked when you come on because it's on YouTube. But yeah, let us know. Whoever you are, we'll get you on. We'll get some of the Napo, the Mind Dog crew, the Harris, the other guys. I can't remember. They're on Coffee with Dog. Matt Napo himself, we should get on one night. We will organize it. We'll do it. We'll get involved. And yeah, so thanks for listening. This podcast will be more consistent. I'm probably going to change the name sometime in 2022. I don't know what to. I'm going to mute James. I would say, yeah, I don't know what to call it, but it'll be something similar. It won't be too far off, but just maybe R&E, maybe R&E comedy or whatever. Maybe I'll get something like that. But it's going to be a lot of in-person stuff next year. Coming into the spring, summer next year, there's going to be like a bit more of a studio setup. So whether it's in my place or somewhere else, there's going to be places for comics to come in, we'll have a whiskey and have a chat together. And that's the plan. So it's going to grow. And if you're with us now on the ground floor, we'll love you for it. There'll be no gifts, but we really hope we can build it into next year because I think it's entertaining. Not all the time, not if we're just drinking ourselves silly for 5 hours. But yeah, no, if you've made it this far, definitely tweet at us, Non-Epstein, Carl_Mann, Jamie Dykes 5, whatever, one of them, and let us know. And definitely subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Give us a like. That will give us a massive boost. And obviously subscribe on any audio platforms as well. That will also be awesome. I'll start pushing more of it. I'll start advertising it more. But really, I want to kind of save that until it looks a bit better, till I'm in a different space as well, mentally, obviously, but also physically. So that will be good. I have been lazy with it. But as I said earlier, we might all die tomorrow. So let's all of us, 2022, fuck the New Year shit. I know resolutions are annoying, but let's all just crack on, especially after this COVID shite, right? Let's just get on with shit after Christmas. Yeah, let's just get on, do what we want to do. Don't waste time. If you can't do what you want to do right now, find a way to get there and do it. And here comes Jamie, comes the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein. I have muted him, so let's unmute him. Mainly so we can not hear him hitting his wife and kids. There he comes. He should be back. Perfect. I did ramble there.
You see the blood? Did I clean properly?
Yeah, you cleaned very well, and that is the way you've been trained. I fucked up real bad. I poured my drink, didn't bring it in. Give me 1 second.
Dickheads. What a fucking colossal knob cheese. Motherfucker. Whatever he said, it isn't fucking true, but it probably is true. I probably did it, actually, in a fucking previous life.
He's got his £4.50 bottle of Tesco wine. Let me just bring this in here. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Don't get about it at lunchtime, you faggot. Oh, that's live. I said I was talking about a dinner snack that was available in the freezers.
Nice.
That was me sending abuse to upstairs, and I did say something bad, but I'm gay, so I can say it. I'm just pretending to be gay, so I can get away with saying it. All right. Anyway, cheers. Glass of wine, innit?
Chin chin. Do carry on with your mud pie.
There we go. How lovely. How lovely, in fact. Yeah, here we are. I was just saying that obviously if people are listening to this at 2 hours and 41 in, and it's now 2:45, I congratulate them first of all. And hopefully you can start making this podcast better and hopefully therefore bigger. And get people to subscribe to it. So hang on, what's going on here? I've got some messages. I did send a sneaky link to a couple of other comics to come on. Oh no, they're slagging off real people in a real.
If you're referring to Facebook or Twitter as the real world, then you're delusioned.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I sent a link to a group of comics if anyone wanted to jump on, and they're talking about something else, so they ignored me. Probably because they know at this time of night, a few drinks in, and it wouldn't be worthwhile.
Perverts.
Or they're more sober or something. But yeah, I was just talking about I want to get an in-person space somewhere, wherever that is. Like whether it's in a new place or something different with a proper setup, getting people in a room, chatting, glass of whiskey. Yeah. And all that. That's what I want to get to. And whether it takes me 6 months or a year or 18 months, I'll get there. But I will be upgrading all the time and be less lazy with this.
Yeah. But how good would that be to have like a fucking place where you can just get like people to come over and be comfortable and relax and chillax and fucking just go for it, like, you know?
Wank them off, roll them up in a bit of carpet and put it in the sea. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Like I have a really good fucking spot where you can do like a comedy night, but also a great place where afterwards you can have a few people behind and just do a live podcast and just chill the fuck out and just exactly. Well, that's something I want to do with this as well. Like do live stuff anyway, but also if you had like Red Band from LA that used to produce Rogan stuff. He had this thing called Ice House Chronicles from the Ice House Comedy Club, which I believe is the oldest comedy club in the US. He used to have this thing where he'd run a comedy show and he'd have a basement or backstage area and all the comics would be on a podcast, right? So it's like 4 hours long, or 3 hours long. You would sit there and then the show would start and then one by one a comic would go up and do their set. Someone else would turn up and sit down and then everyone would just swap around all night. And then you still chat shit and still had fun. Like something like that as well might be nice. But no, in the first place, you do like a little show and then a podcast and then just podcast shows where you can do something fun. That's exactly what I want to do over the next year or whatnot. Just play around, piss around. It hasn't got to be fucking. There's even like since the days of Lenny Bruce, there's no real rule book on comedy, is there? What you can and can't do as such. There's little boundaries what you shouldn't do, maybe. but there's no specific fucking rule book as to how it has to go. Like the guys you got me onto, Legion of Skanks. Look what they've done. They flipped the concept of comedy on its head,
and they built. Well, Luis Gomez have built a whole network where he's got like 30 podcasts, and they've just turned up and do live shit and crazy stuff.
They flipped the concept of comedy on his head and just done it through podcasts, and
that is what the UK needs. They need people. Yeah, they need comics here to do that as well, and you know, whoever that is will be decent. So. But yeah, you got to start small. But I think I've been a bit lazy with this as well, because sometimes I haven't done a podcast for 2 months or a month, and it's like, fuck. Yeah. No, I need to do it every week, in whatever manner it is. I need to do something every week, and then get different people on as well. And yeah, I need to just not be lazy and not have my social anxiety of like, oh, I don't want to ask someone. Just like ask, because I've had like other people on here before as well, where I've been like nervous and then just text them when I was drunk, and then it's of course. So why don't I just ask? Why don't I just ask then? And by the way, they can just say no, and then that's okay.
Yes, yeah. So you can ask. You could be sober or drunk and ask someone a question. The response is likely going to be, "I'll do it or I won't." Like it's
and probably they will, and maybe they won't. But it's like
classify and be like, yeah, maybe. But
it's just a comedian thing. Like I get really socially anxious. I drink, but then I drink way too much and text someone. It's like,
I know what you mean. I know. I know exactly what you mean.
We're all drinking for a reason, so let's not turn it into therapy.
We're all fucking. No one drinks alcohol just to think, I'm going to get myself in a place. You just drink it because you just whatever. It's
whatever the reason is. Yeah, it's medication, isn't it?
It's a legal reason. Yeah, it's a legally acceptable way to like fucking self-medicate alcohol, isn't it?
Hey, if I do this, maybe I don't have to get on antidepressants, but then I might feel depressed tomorrow, depending what happens.
Exactly. Well, I started taking fucking citalopram.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know.
A month ago,
tons of people.
Just because I was getting like
tons of people on pills,
really worked up over stupid shit.
So is that like a sedative then?
Is
that like a sedative? It's downer then? Is it like a?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's for like depression mainly, but I'm not depressed, but it was kind of like more like an anxiety thing. But I was getting like worked up over really stupid shit, and they were like, maybe you need to fucking. I was like, okay, give it a go. But it takes the edge off. Like I was never really depressed. I've been a low mood now and again, but it was just. If I
ever go to a doctor, I will come out either just in therapy forever, or I'll have the biggest bag of drugs you've ever seen. They'll be like, "Oh, you need 10 of these fucking drugs at all times, like uppers, downers, fucking level." So probably I should, but at the same time, I'm like, I can try and deal with it on my own without killing myself. So that's why I am. It's like,
fuck yeah.
But you know, I could see myself. I really, really, really don't want to take pills, but maybe it'll help.
Yeah. I know what I mean. Yeah, I sort of tried to like self-manage certain things with specifically the use of like alcohol and painkillers. But guess what? I was like,
that ain't a good road, though, is it? Really?
No, it's not. Yeah, so you need to like think like, okay, what the fuck now? So it's like I take it like citalopram, and it takes the fucking edge off certain things, and It does, but when you get to a point where you're taking like fucking Zapping, you got to take it like twice a day for pain. Then you think, oh, do you know what? I'll take 3 instead of 2, and then 4.
I'll be honest. You did tell me that once, and in my head, I was like, "Oh, that's a bit worrying."
Yeah,
but you know, the same thing. Just booze can do it as well. Just booze can.
Yeah, of course it can. Yeah,
if you're like smashing that, I've been there though. I've been in all kinds. I've been in every situation with booze you can imagine, like how often, how much. I've done it all. So right now, I'm happy that I'm not banging it every day.
Yeah, yeah. People just like the fucking self-diagnose, but there's, like you say, people don't want to go to the doctors, and because people know they're going to get prescribed a pill or something, or be diagnosed with whatever the fuck it is, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll just stay home and just get a bottle of wine or drink a vodka and tonic." But you need to face up to your fucking shit. Like, see a doctor.
It's there for a reason, though, isn't it? Because Americans probably over medicate in some ways, but at the same time, they're way more open to therapy, or like when you need pills. Yes. But I think I'm still coming off. My family would never. My dad would never go to a therapist. He's gay.
Yeah,
we do. So yeah. I still grew up around that. So but I sort of know that maybe I should. But then at the same time, I don't really want to tell all my little secrets to some stranger, But I know that's what it's for.
That's what. Yeah.
But I also am adult enough to know that guy's going down the pub telling his mates about the fucking weirdo that come in today.
Yeah.
Maybe not me, but I would. Yeah. If I was a therapist, I would go, this cunt that come in today, let's this loser.
Yeah. This fucking freak.
And I was as a therapist, I was pretending to make notes, but just doodling "kill yourself" in italics. Kill yourself, loser.
Kill yourself, you can't. Yeah. So tell me how that made you really feel, you can't.
Oh, it made me feel sad. Not sad enough, pussy.
Yeah. Have you watched Afterlife, the Ricky Gervais program show on Netflix?
No, I have. I need to rewatch the second one.
There's a psychologist on there. It's really good. You go to see a psychologist, and the psychologist basically is just that. He basically just tells you like what he's thinking. He's like, "Oh, fuck me, you should just kill yourself, mate." Like it just like it's like the internal monologue of what a psychologist is really thinking. It's really good.
There's a really good comedy show called Help, which is Paul Whitehouse and Chris Langham. And Chris Langham got himself into a bit of bother a few years ago and was cancelled before cancel culture was a thing. It had to do with kiddie porn, I think. But he's a really good actor, and they had this show where I think they did 2 series. Chris Langham played a therapist, and Paul Whitehouse played about 15 to 20 different mentally ill patients.
Paul Whitehouse is a genius.
So every person that come in was Paul Whitehouse as someone else, but it was really good. And he'd have all these levels of mental illness. But that's something really good to watch out for. There's one guy who's just Northern Irish, and he's like 22. And it's like, how old are you? 22. What are you doing here? 22.
Yeah.
There's one guy who thinks he's a magician. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake. He thinks he's magic. And then at the end, he actually does some real magic. He's like, whoa, it's something outrageous. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Nice. Class. I like Paul Whitehouse. I think he's brilliant.
Really good actor.
Yeah. Harry Enfield and Chums. Used to love him on that.
Yeah, because he was a plasterer, right? That knew Harry Enfield. And so Harry Enfield started doing stuff, and then he met Paul Whitehouse down the pub, and he was so funny. He's like, you've got to be in my show. You have to come on my show.
He's fucking genius. I remember watching a program before, like an episode or something, and Johnny Depp said, he said, one of the best actors I've ever seen is probably Paul Whitehouse, he said. As in fucking ever. Just the things he does in his sitcoms, and it's just
he does even in this show. He plays an old man who's a bit sad, and it's really dramatic, and you almost cry. It's like he talks about his wife dying in his arms and stuff after 60 years. He's like, my wife, the light went from her eyes, and it's like really serious. Oh Jesus, that's a good actor.
Yeah, no, he's a really good fucking actor. Yeah, that's another thing. Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, or night TV. Harry Enfield and Chums. That was a fucking great one as well. Hale and Pace,
really good.
Remember Hale and Pace?
Yeah, I can't remember any of their sketches off the top of my head, but I used to love Hale and Pace.
Hale and Pace used to watch them all the time. Every fucking Sunday, yeah. Class. They were like proper fucking like sketch comedy. Really fucking good. Like Harry Enfield style, but really fucking good.
Yeah, they were a bit before Enfield, weren't they, originally? Because you had like Smith and Jones and Hale and Pace, and Harry Enfield come off the back end of it. I remember in the mid-90s, that's when Harry Enfield and Chums was on.
Yeah.
Mr. Chumley Warner and all that stuff.
Yeah,
no, Mr. Chumley Warner was the newsreader, right?
Yeah.
And then you had I can't remember any of these fucking characters now. Tim Nice but Dim. Hello.
Yeah, Tim Nice but Dim. Tory Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin and Perry obviously was on there as well.
Classic. But even then White House went on to like the Far Show and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
With Charlie Higson, Mark Williams, and Simon Hall, I think they were. Simon Hall? Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, Olden Bells, mate. Olden Bells. That's it, Olden Bells.
He's fucking brilliant, man.
Was it Ted and Ralph and Ted?
Yeah.
Ted and Ralph? Yeah, Paul Whitehouse was the groundskeeper, right? And Charlie Higson was the posh guy.
Yeah.
Ted, would you sort the lower drainage in the lower fields?
Yeah.
I did that, sir. But then by the end of the show, it like turns it into this gay thing where they love each other.
Yeah. Fucking brilliant, man. Absolutely fucking hilarious. Kathy Burke. Is it Kathy Burke? Yeah.
Kathy Burke, that's right. That was Perry, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Perry.
What, Kev? You what, Kev? You what, Kev?
I remember the episode where, because Kevin used to be Kevin the teenager or something. It was like he was like, hello, mummy and daddy, how are you? And he was really polite. And then it had the one where at midnight he turned into a teenager.
Yeah.
He's like, So he actually turned into Kevin like at midnight.
Down. Yeah.
I hate you.
And Kevin and Perry go large in Ibiza. Fucking brilliant film.
One scene was filmed near where I used to live in Watford Shopping Centre, the Harlequin, I believe. They went to Ibiza. Yeah, Kev, them girls. Yeah, it's a classic, all that stuff.
It's like Bob Paul. This is like the shit that made us, like, you know, it's brilliant.
But we're going to sound old now, but where are the good British comedies now? Where are they?
Yeah. Where's
like the 20... Because back the 80s and 90s, you had like 15 shows that were classics.
Yeah.
All kinds of comedy, whether it is like Only Fools and Horses or what Kevin and Perry or Harry Enfield, Red Dwarf. You had like a whole range of different types, but they were all these types. Now there's nothing. Like Mrs. Brown's Boys or like...
I can't watch Mrs. Brown. I think Mrs. Brown's Boys is absolute fucking shite.
Never really watched the whole episode, but my family love it. They're like, oh. But do you remember Extras?
Yeah.
Right, so Andy Millman's When the Whistle Blows, where the BBC interfered it so much, it's like, oh, you're having a laugh, you know, that camp sitcom.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. It seems like some generic bullshit that some script editor made them do. Like,
yeah. It's you don't get it much. Like British comedy is like you got some things that are fucking class, but some are fucking like this like
Show, The Office, League of Gentlemen. It's all class, but where are those classics now? They're not around.
They're not around because no one's making them because people are whether maybe they're all going to BBC Sesh. That's what. They go to BBC Sesh and making little sketches and hoping it's going to be made something big. Maybe I don't know. But
I'll say this, and it's controversial. None of that's funny. All right, that's going to upset about 100 people I know. Awful. Fuck off. If you've made it 303 into Professional Epstein, none of that shit's funny, and we all know it. And we all fucking half the fucking comics pretend to support it. Not funny at all.
I'm glad you fucking said it because it's fucking terrible. I fucking seen something and I'm like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, it's like you watch it, it's like, what are you doing? Your parents have told you you're funny. Let's stop.
Yeah.
All right. Now, no one, luckily, none of those people will watch it this far, but maybe they will. Maybe I'll just put it out on tag BBC Shesh. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's bloody awful. Maybe there's some good stuff on there I don't know, but the stuff that I've clicked on,
yeah, it's cringy as fuck.
So no,
the ones that massively trend on fucking YouTube. Like, oh, I'll click this, I'll watch it because I've seen this comment do something.
The new
it's like, what
Rick
the fuck?
Mail, Ricky Gervais, Steve Pemberton.
Yeah.
Name your comics of the last like 30 years or whatever. The new one of them is not on BBC Shesh.
No, and this is the other thing. People will say, well, at least they did it. You couldn't do better. Well, no, I could, but they would not air it. They would not allow me to put this shit.
Listen, I know, I do know some of the people that do it, and I've got no problem with those people. But I find that type of comedy to be such inane fucking nonsense that I can't. It's not for me, and it's not for people who want to watch it. Otherwise, it'd be more popular. It's not that popular.
It's not. No, it's not to say it's.
By the way, there's room for everyone. Do your thing, please. I hope you're successful. But that's not where you're going to find the new League of Gentlemen or the Day Today. Chris Morris, right? They're not doing that. They're doing their own. They're doing their own stuff.
Yeah.
Chris Morris is a fucking hero.
Chris Morris, Brass Eye is another one I used to fucking love watching. I Love You, Myra Henley.
Cake is a made-up drug.
Yeah. Why don't BBC Sash do this? Why didn't BBC Sash do like BBC Sash for like kids?
They're terrible because
BBC Sash after hours.
They're terrified and they want like family-friendly, non-offensive. Not that comedy has to be offensive, but they just want like safe comedy. You know, here are my opinions on fucking rain clouds. Good.
Rain clouds.
But you're always gonna have like, and this isn't I promise you, this is not an attack on any of those people. I promise you, it's not. It's just like
no, it's not an individual attack whatsoever.
You've got to like
no at all.
The cutting edge stuff, the good stuff is always pushing boundaries, right?
Yes,
always. It isn't hack shit. It isn't like. It isn't where your punchline is Boris Johnson's a cunt, right? Or whatever your political views are. That's not good comedy. That's getting a room full of people to go, yeah,
lazy comedy.
And it's clapter, I think they call it, rather than laughter or clafter or clafter. It's like right on, man. And it's like there's nothing to do with politics, but it's like that. It's like it's not just push, try, do.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, the people like Chris Morris wouldn't be doing that. They'd be doing their own thing, and they would maybe submit something to the writers' room and get it done that way. And I get that it's good that they are giving young comics a chance and stuff, and I'm sure some of them will be good and some of the sketches will be good. But yeah, it's not the place. It's not the place. It's not the place for the current future of comedy. Maybe in 10 years it will be. Who knows? BBC 3, if you remember that, on like the red button or whatever it was, like digital. Yeah, that used to have some really good pilots on it years ago. They would put on like a random like 45-minute pilot, and it wouldn't get picked up, or it would. Stuff like Early Doors or The Smoking Room, like random little comedies like that.
Yeah.
You would have a pilot like that, and they would be really funny, but like really original ideas, like giving young writers and comics like a space to go. But yeah, now it's just like, what are you dancing to with your parents on TikTok? Is that the new thing?
Yeah.
And some of these people are doing very well. They're getting like 50,000 followers and a comedy career out of it. But is it real?
It's just fucking it's popular comedy for the moment. It's like TikTok comedy. It's like
I think there's there are good comics that use it and they'll have little stand-up clips and stuff. But
this way, if you or me like done something tonight and it took off on fucking TikTok and it was like, fuck me, these guys, they're gonna make millions. You capitalize on it 100%.
Yeah,
you rake in the butts.
I'm not having to even go at the platform. I think there's a way to use something like TikTok.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. 100%. Yeah,
right. That's good, and if it catches on, then that'll be good.
Yeah,
yeah. So to sit dance around in your house with your mum and dad.
Yeah.
Then that's not good.
Nope. It's not real comedy. You look like a fucking a wine connoisseur, the way you just drunk that wine.
Listen to me. Listen.
Tip
it in, dickhole. I'm a wine connoisseur. That's why I brought a £5 bottle of wine from Tesco. So
standard, yeah. You connoisseured it to the max.
Jazz hands, yeah.
Jazz hands, brother.
So tomorrow we have got to go on Mind Dog TV.
We are on Mind Dog TV. We are on Mind Dog TV.
I think we'll be good. I think we just got, it's a freeway, so we got to give each other some breathing space. But I think we're good. We're good. We work together on it. We know each other. We'll deal with Matt. We don't know what questions he'll I like to just call him the dog though, more than anything else.
The dog. Yeah, we just call him the fucking dog, man. That's how he's referenced here.
Instead of Dog the Bounty Hunter, we want Dog the Matt to be the new dog.
He's the dog. He's the fucking dog. He is the fucking alpha dog. Boom, motherfucking.
I think it should be good fun. Whatever it gives us, an hour 20, whatever he gives us, I think it'll be fun. We'll come in hot. We'll come in on jet fuel. Now, is it 6 o'clock tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's 6 p.m. fucking our time. Yeah,
6 p.m. our time, 1 p.m. New York time. I think, obviously, I'm gonna have to start drinking a bit earlier because I'm gonna be hungover tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna start fucking drinking on my shift. Irish coffees in the morning. I think all around.
Well, I'll start at least 5 p.m., maybe 4:30, and then so I'll come in not drunk but just ready to go.
Yeah, come in hot, and
then because we can't have piss breaks on there, we've got to power through, and I might even get an emergency pint glass under the desk.
Yeah, come in hot, and we'll go from there. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, but it should be fun. But I've enjoyed the. Yeah, no, it's you that got me onto him, actually. I didn't really know about him. You used to post about him a lot, and I was like, who's that guy? Oh, that's cool. And then I heard, they used to mention it on Stanhope's podcast, there's that Mind Dog guy.
Yeah, he's class. Yeah, I literally, back last year, fucking lockdown, Stanhope was like, oh, yeah, fucking send me a link to one of your podcasts, I'll jump on. And then, evidently, Matt Napa was one of the podcasters just fucking surfing around, clicked the link. I was like, oh, whatever, it ain't gonna happen. But the way the interview was done, I thought they knew each other. I thought fucking Napa was like a comic and they knew each other or whatever. And then I really listened back to the podcast. Then I was like, fuck me, it's the first time he's listened to stand up or they've spoken to each other. And they just hit it off really fucking well.
I sent Stanhope this link as well, but obviously he didn't ignore that because he got 100. But now if I go back to over 2 months ago when I was on, right? Okay, hang on. This is gonna look bad, I guess. If I just share this up here, this is now there's little old me, little nobody me, right? Oh no, hang on. Are you up there? Am I up? Okay. Let me add this in. There we go. There's me, little old me. 1100 views, right?
Nice.
What's before? Be strong, be wise. Sexual assault awareness, 5 views. So
a feminist. Nice.
5 views to 1100. Yeah. Wait, 1100.
Yeah.
5 views. All right.
Fucking,
so I don't know who that is.
Okay,
maybe it's to do with the audience, but 5 views, 1100. I think I might bring that up on the podcast tomorrow. And I think, by the way, your episode, you've been on a couple of times, didn't you? I think yours is about the same. It's about 1,000, 1100, whatever.
4 times, yeah.
Yeah, 1100, same. So both of us, 1100. Yeah. The two of us together, 2,200, right? Her, 5.
Booyaka.
I'm not making a comment about that. So
he just
right.
Let it. Yeah,
it's kind of funny because by the way, that happened in a day. And I looked then, and she was on 2. She was on 2. So in 2 months, she's got 3.
Okay, she's dropped followers. Okay,
she's dropped views, right? So
yeah.
So tomorrow, I'm actually going to promote. Cause I didn't really promote anything this time. It was a bit confusing, but I've sent in my link tree. We're going to promote this podcast, and we'll say, look, all of you listen to this. Go and subscribe to Refreshing on Epstein, and we'll entertain you.
Fuck, let me entertain you.
Without dressing up like Rob Williams or wearing blackface. But I just found that funny, though. In 2 months, she's got 3 viewers. And by the way, that's her again from her phone.
Yeah.
And her mum and her dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hilarious. Not saying nothing, love, but, you know.
If you are out there watching this, or you watch the Mind Dog, and you are a fan of that, and by the way, you're really nice. And it's just joking. We're just joking. But I am going to bring that up tomorrow on the Mind Dog TV podcast.
Yeah, it's going to come up, Princess. It's going to come up
tomorrow.
Us
separately, over 2,000. You 5. That's all. Yeah. That's all we're saying.
5 motherfucker. And bear in mind, we have nothing to say. We have little to nothing to offer.
Nobody's talking shit. So
we don't care. We just talking bollocks.
1,100 me, 1,100 Jamie.
She has an agenda.
I'll refer to as her 5.
Yeah. Can you imagine coming on a podcast with an agenda and getting like 5 views, and then 2 people coming on a podcast and getting like over 1,200 views each?
The thing is, what it'll tell us is she's really big on Facebook and she's got 1 million views on Facebook. These streams everywhere. We're like, oh shit.
Yeah. I wish she got a good TikTok following or some shit as well, but no one cares. No one cares about what we gotta say, but when it comes to the Americans, they love us. So what can I say? Who knows?
I was gonna say we're coming over to take over the world. So lovely. We'll go on. We should probably wrap up soon so you can eat your pie. I don't want to wrap up ever, but we always should be sensible. And you need to eat your pie, keep your marriage alive. And I've got over half a glass of wine there, and I'm like, oh god, I've got to drink that, but I probably will.
Yeah, put it on your fucking neck. Yeah, I gotta warm some vegetables for the wife because she just came home from work, but half hour ago. I got it.
All right, let's wrap it up within 5 minutes. Then I don't want to go, Jamie. I don't want to lose you.
No,
but you know what?
We'll give it 5. We'll have a sip. We'll have a tipple and a sipple, and I'm gonna go and cook up some vegetables for the old wife.
We've both got to eat. You got to cook for your wife, and tomorrow we'll be on Mind Dog and
on Dog.
It will either get us all cancelled or we'll all make it.
Well, one or the other.
Long as he doesn't talk about Quaaludes again. Quite frankly, let's not.
yeah.
In my face at the time was like, I wouldn't even touch it. I was like, good, moving on. Not even getting involved in that conversation.
I was listening to that podcast while I was in fucking Butlins, and I was hungover with the fuck, and I was like, the signal was in and out. I was like, oh, okay, I'll keep the rest for tomorrow when I'm home. And I listened back. I was like, what the fuck? And you messing.
That's nothing what we used to do, fella. Fucking, I'm out. Yeah. I am out. Duncan Bannatyne, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not investing £20,000 in this.
Yeah. Even Jamie and Carl won't touch this one, Matt. You're on your own, sir. Fuck you know. Jeez.
But I did know, because before I knew about it, he was bringing up the Gabby Petito case, and he was like, "Oh, this couple that this Instagram follow, and they're dead, or she's dead." And I remember just saying, "Good, good."
Yes,
people like that make me sick.
Yes,
he laughed. I didn't even know about it, but now I've got a joke about that in my set about Gabby Petito. So
here we go. So it all fucking panned out in the end.
All panned out in the end. But I realised I didn't not read the news, but so it turns out he did kill himself in the swamp because they found a gunshot wound in the skull. They found a skull because it had been eaten by crocodiles or whatnot, but basically he had shot himself, and they knew all along that he took a gun from his mum and dad's house that had gone missing, so they knew that he'd taken a gun.
Good guy.
Yeah. But they were talking about this today, like Luis Gomez and stuff. It's like, why kill yourself? It's like, why not just like either try and escape to Mexico or Canada, right? Get over the border on foot, or rural Montana or whatnot, or why not just try out jail for a bit and see what that's like, and then kill yourself? Like, because once you kill yourself, it's done. There's nothing.
Yeah,
done.
It's
try
finished.
out jail.
Try a few things. Yeah. Try living a little bit longer. Just stretch it out. Commit some good crimes.
And quite frankly, if you just murder your girlfriend, you'll probably be out in 12, 15 years. You know, it's not going to be like a life. You're not going to be in there for 60 years. It's just like make up some bullshit. Go, she was crazy. If you see those videos, just go, she was crazy. I went a bit over the top and killed her. Can I get out in 12 years, please? Or if after 2 years you're being raped and it's horrible in prison, kill yourself then.
Yeah.
But like, don't go into the swamp. Just turn yourself in and went, look, you got out of van.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I could have. No, I wouldn't say that because it's ruined
Do
the
it.
joke that I have. No, it just ruins the joke that I have, and it won't be as funny. But maybe I can add that to it. Yeah, don't. If you look, advice for anyone out there who's going to murder their girlfriend, right? Don't kill yourself. Not yet. Give peace a chance.
All we are saying is give peace a chance.
You'll notice through the Get Back documentary as well that they're just sitting there, and then there's just Yoko sat next to him, like knitting or sewing.
Yeah,
she does do that. She does do that later in the show. She's like, wow.
Just jumps in, Paul elbows in the fucking face.
My favorite Bill Burr line is that I'll punch you so fucking hard your eyes will look like mine. Okay, so
that's right. Yeah, I'll punch you so fucking hard your fucking eyes look like mine. Yeah, hilarious, class.
There's John Lennon playing with his hero, playing go Johnny go whatever, and she's like, wee.
Chuck Berry can see in his eyes. He's like,
you know, when you got a friend and he's dating a psycho, but he won't see it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he fucking was. Mad cunt. Right, I'm gonna sign off. I gotta get some food.
It's 3 hours. We are 3 hours, 21 minutes, and 10 seconds in. So, again, if you made it this far and you didn't, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Napo, for engaging earlier. Let's just bring this up. Hang on. Matt talked about sex with his wife. Yeah, there we go. Satanic cult, brilliant. We'll see on Mind Dog tomorrow. This will be on audio everywhere from soon, and subscribe, like, and all that shit, and we'll be back soon. So we will end the broadcast imminently. So follow us on Twitter, Non-Epstein, Carl _Man, Jamie Dykes 5.